On Valentine's Day, 300 teams began the college baseball season with the dream of the College World Series. We're down to 64. Two of those get the Conway Regional started today, the Florida Gators and the East Carolina Pirates. NCAA Regional Baseball is brought to you by Capital One. Our first game of the day here in Conway, South Carolina, between the Pirates of East Carolina out of the American and Florida coming in out of the SEC. We are at Springs Brooks Stadium. Let's take a look at our bracket for the weekend here in Conway, South Carolina. Tonight, it's Coastal Carolina, the host, the Sun Belt Conference regular season and tournament champs, taking on Fairfield out of the MAC. But we get things started with ECU and the Gators. We welcome you to postseason baseball. So glad to be with you. Alongside Todd Walker, former All-American, I'm Richard Cross. Thanks for joining us. It's the best time of the year. College baseball, it's nothing but baseball for the next few weeks.
And for us, 6 games the next 3 days. The automatic bids in these tournaments are all well on winning streaks. East Carolina got in with 4 straight wins of the Sun Belt. And, of course, for Florida, they've won 15 of their last 20 against SEC opponents. So both these teams playing really well right now.
This is an East Carolina team that looks very different than it did a year ago. Braden Burris leading the way, a freshman that has been outstanding at the top of their lineup.
Yeah, Braden Burris, wow, the American Athletic Conference MVP of the tournament, 5'9", 185-pound freshman. Through the 4 games of the tournament, hit 2 home runs, 9 of 20 with 5 RBIs. He's the Pirates' best bat.
This is a Florida Gators team that has been banged up all season long. Season-ending injuries, long absences, and they still are. And so somebody has had to step up. That somebody has been Mr. Bozer. He's been really good for the Gators.
Another leadoff hitter. The Gators, 6'1" senior, played 3 seasons at South Florida this year, just running hot. 330 with 16 home runs. He's got 18 bags, and he can run it down defensively. Has a chance for a 2020 season, which would be really good for Bobby Bozer.
You hear coaches say next man up. Florida has put that theory to the test. It's the Gators and the Pirates here in Conway when we come back. The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Sonic, the Sonic Smasher. Live free. Eat Sonic. Conway, South Carolina for the Conway Regional. East Carolina, the visiting team. We'll see them at the plate first. We told you about Braden Burris. As a team, ECU hitting .275 for the year. DH John Collins, 6 home runs. Dixon Williams leads ECU with 13 home runs on the season. And we welcome you to Conway, South Carolina for the start of the NCAA baseball postseason. East Carolina, the visiting team, taking on the Florida Gators, who turn to a large man on the mound. Liam Peterson, 6'5", 220, the sophomore out of Palm Harbor, Florida.
Yeah, he's a future big leaguer. 3 double-digit strikeout games this year. 15 weekend starts last year. This will be his 15th start this year. Last outing against Ole Miss, he went 4, struck out 6. He's got a live fastball up to 98. Gets 25% swing and miss on that one. 60% strikes on the change. Has to land his curveball for strikes today. That's been the issue for Liam early in the year, is walks, but he's definitely improved as the team has improved the second half of the season.
Yeah, this is a Florida baseball team that has had a dramatic turnaround during the season. They started Southeastern Conference play 1-11, but then they got red hot, won their final 5 series. They were even in the hosting discussion themselves, finishing 15-15 in the SEC. So it's a Gators team that, while shorthanded, is confident rolling into postseason play. Beautiful lunchtime start here in Conway, South Carolina. It's a swing and a miss for a strike to start things off for Braden Burris. Burris, the freshman from Snow Hill, North Carolina. East Carolina just 13-14 in the American this year, but got hot at the right time of the year. Went to the American Conference Tournament and won 4 games in 4 days. Freshman season has been outstanding for Braden Burris, hitting nearly 400. On-base percentage just shy of 500 for Burris, and he bunts this one, and it's going to be fielded by the catcher, and the throw is not in time. Dene couldn't get it down to first in time. Maybe a little bit of indecision as to whether or not that was going to be Peterson or Dene to make the play.
Perfectly placed between Liam Peterson and Dene behind the plate. Remember, they've lost their catcher, Heyman, so Dene's behind the plate. Only been a few times this year, but that's a communication issue. Nobody knows who's going to take it. Dene takes over. The throw's too late, and East Carolina with the leadoff guy on.
So a good start for the Pirates of East Carolina. Jack Herring now to the plate, and Peterson keeping an eye on Burris over at first base. Burris 16 of 20. That's second on this ECU team in stolen bases this year. Bunt single to start the ball game, and there goes Burris. The throw to second is not in time. Stolen base for Burris, and quickly ECU has a man in scoring position.
That's 17 bags for Braden Burris. He's doing just about everything for this Pirates offense as a freshman. Throw beats him, but he gets his right hand in around the tag. Great start for the Pirates, and they're going to talk about this one.
Our umpiring crew coming together.
Base. The previous play is under review.
So Kevin O'Sullivan in Florida going to the challenge tool belt early in this ball game. Jeff Head is our home plate umpire, joined by Alan Gorwitz, Alex Ortiz, and Eddie Newsom today. They will connect with the NCAA Replay Center, and they'll take another look at second base.
Yeah, they're going to challenge Dene early. Heyman's been doing most of the catching for Florida. Dene's only thrown out 3 of 14. Great slide by Burris.
Watch and see if the left hand comes off the bag. So he reaches in with the right hand, so he's safe there. But did the right hand come off as the left hand was going in? Maybe what they're looking at.
It seemed like there was an instance there where it did, but that's when he pulled the tag away. So I think he's going to be safe.
Bunt single for Braden Burris. Perfectly placed toward first base to start the game, and as it stands right now, a stolen base. So there's the right hand, and then the left hand comes in. I don't know that you got enough to overturn the call on the field from that angle.
Hard to tell. And again, remember, the Florida Gators have had to replace their catcher and their shortstop. Bozer's been playing third base now, playing that tag. Did a good job of holding it.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Florida has 1 challenge remaining.
So no outs in the game, and Florida is down to 1 challenge remaining for the rest of this ball game. 17th stolen base of the year for Braden Burris. Luke Heyman, who you mentioned, the starting catcher, was the SEC first team All-SEC catcher. He's been phenomenal this year. There is a hope that if Florida continues to play for a couple of weeks, he could make a return if the Gators were to get to Omaha.
Both him and Colby Shelton, the shortstop. That's 2 of their best hitters they've had out. They have dealt with some serious injuries, the Gators have. They did get Ty Evans back, and that's a good plus in the middle of this order.
Shelton is right there on the edge of being able to come back. Close from an injury standpoint, hasn't faced any live pitching in a while. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1 now to Jack Herring. 24 driven in on the year. He's got a runner in scoring position right now. No bunt, pulled back, took it high. It's 3-1. Cliff Godwin is the head coach for East Carolina. You see with runners in scoring position, Herring hitting over 300 on the year. Godwin coaching at his alma mater. And it's been a tough season, but he was relieved to see how loose his team was last week at the American Conference Tournament.
Yeah, he said they were dead in the water a week ago. Rip off 4 straight in the tournament, and here they are. Cliff Godwin in his 11th year for East Carolina. Played for East Carolina for 5 seasons.
Hard on the ground and foul just past the first base dugout that houses ECU. Got a really good crowd for the opening game here at the Conway Regional. Expecting a complete sellout for tonight's game between Coastal Carolina and Fairfield. Greenville, North Carolina, the home of ECU, about 3.5 hours north of here. A lot of ECU fans have made the trip over. Liam Peterson from the stretch, full count with nobody out and a runner on second. And a foul ball. 96-mile-an-hour fastball there from Peterson. Sixth in the conference this year, a game below 500 for the Pirates. Swept through the AAC tournament in 4 games, outscoring their opponents by 14 runs, including an 8-2 victory over Tulane, the team that had won the conference tournament the last 2 years of the American. Another full count. This one popped out into center field. Yost makes the catch. Tagging at second is Burris, heading toward third. He'll get there without a throw. First out of the ball game recorded on the fly out to center.
That's one way to do it. Nice job by Jack Herring getting the job done. Ideally, you want the ground ball to the right side. They don't choose to bunt, but he gets it deep enough to get that runner Burris over to third base with less than 2 outs with the 3-4-5 coming up.
So Burris at third base, 90 feet away from giving East Carolina an early lead in this ball game as Dixon Williams comes to the plate. The junior from right there in Greenville, North Carolina, leading the way with 13 home runs this year for the Pirates. And Peterson comes up and in, and he hits Williams, and now ECU has runners at the corners.
This has been the issue for Liam Peterson. He's got big league stuff, but he's had trouble with control at times. And here's an example, just trying to get tight in on the hitter. He's got 32 walks and 8 hit by pitches, now 9 for Liam Peterson.
And Sully going to walk out and talk to the starting pitcher, Liam Peterson. Kevin O'Sullivan.
And these are part of these deals, Rich, is just controlling your heartbeat. You know, and the starting pitcher is the main deal. And breathing under control the first inning is always tough. The umpire is still trying to establish the zone. You got now traffic on the bases. Your heart starts to race. Your mind starts to wander. And for Liam Peterson, he's in a tough spot here with 1 out.
Florida, the 2 seed here in Conway, finishing 15-15 in SEC play, and it was a really impressive second half of conference play.
Florida's going to, I think, pull. Well, now they're going to play the double play up the middle. Let's see if they pull the corners in to try to cut off the run at home.
The Gators started SEC play 1-11, finished 15-5. Janae signals the defense to the infield and ready to go. Runners at the corners for East Carolina. Top of the first inning, no score, but the Pirates threatening. John Collins, the DH, at the plate. Way to miss on the off-speed offering, behind in the count 0-1.
And that's going to be key for Liam Peterson today. Land that off-speed for strike 1. Everybody's expecting that 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's going to use it. But what he's gotten better at in the second half is that off-speed for strikes.
Where to bunt, it's back toward the mound, a flip to the plate, a tag at the plate, but the ball is dropped and so safe at home. A bunt right back to the mound. Peterson with the flip right in front of home plate. Dene caught it, but as he tried to make the tag, he dropped it, and East Carolina leads 1-0.
That's a tough one. Liam had him at home plate. That's going to be the second out, and the ball just gets dropped. This is in a day and age where you can't run over the catcher, so nice outside slide by Burris, and it's 1-0.
So Collins, the cleanup hitter, reaches on a fielder's choice bunt, and now Riley Johnson at the plate for ECU. First and second, still nobody, or excuse me, just 1 out in the inning. Had the fly out. And it's 2-0 now to Johnson. Florida had an out at home plate. It would have been in a great spot to get out of the inning with no damage. May unable to hold on. There's a swing and a miss on the fastball.
Liam Peterson gets 25% swing and misses on that fastball, which is a high number, especially as a hitter when you know it's coming.
This ball ripped out into right field, a base hit out toward Wilson. Hitting the bag at third and stopping there is Dixon Williams. Bases loaded for East Carolina, already leading 1-0 in the top of the first.
Williams hesitated at second base, thinking it might be a line drive to second. He gets through, but he wasn't able to score. Now some serious chaos on the bases with only one out. How about this play at home plate? The flip, the ball had beaten Burris to the plate, but it's dropped by Dene, and a first run across for the Pirates, and some serious bad situation for Liam Peterson here in the first.
A lot of traffic. Florida has yet to come to the plate. We're in the top of the first inning. East Carolina leading at 1-0 and threatening with the bases loaded. Williams at third, Collins at second, Johnson at first, and Colby Wallace at the plate. 10 home runs on the year for Colby Wallace. He takes outside and is ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes.
This is a hitter's dream. 2-0, nowhere to put him, predictable fastball count. It is 95-96, but if you get the timing right, this is the pitch you go after.
Big swing and a miss on the off speed, and the count goes to 2-1 for Colby Wallace. He's driven in 40 this year.
That is a gutsy pitch right there from Liam Peterson. Earlier in the year, he wasn't able to land that ball. Now at 2-0, when a hitter, you're looking fastball, he's out front.
Out into center field, Yost will make the catch. Tagging at third, Dixon Williams. He will come home and step on the plate without a throw, and it's 2-0 ECU. Sacrifice fly for Colby Wallace, picks up his 41st RBI of the year.
Liam Peterson gets away with a 2-0 slider. Now the hitter's looking for it on 2-1. He throws it again, gives up the second run of the game.
7-hole hitter Austin Irby, the first baseman. Pass from the left side against the right-hander Peterson. And a couple of men on base. Florida now trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the first. Couple of runs across on 2 hits and an error for East Carolina. Peterson falling behind again. It's happened several times in this first inning. Strike one. Peterson, the sophomore. A year ago, he was on the SEC All-Freshman team. 16 starts as a true freshman at Florida. This year, Peterson has been the frontline guy on this staff for Florida. One foul back, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Lefties do pretty well against Liam Peterson. 260 against. He's able to drop that changeup. He's not used a whole lot against the left-handed hitters. Using the slider more often.
And this one gets away, just overthrew that pitch completely, and both runners move up. So now 2 in scoring position for East Carolina.
Everything speeds up when your heart's racing. And again, it looks like Liam Peterson's not under control. He's not taking his time. And right when he comes set, he lets it go and just trying to overthrow. And that's what happens arm side high when you try to rush.
Trying to throw the slider there, just got away from him. Full count. This one put in play, right side, charging, but in foul territory. Lawson picks it up.
You like the 3-2, first base open, so he's not overly concerned if he walks him because there are 2 outs that creates forces around the bags. But he certainly isn't going to throw you a cookie in there that he can score these 2 runs. So as a hitter, this is a difficult count because you don't know what's coming.
Irby, 43 driven in on the year. Fouls it off. Well, it hurts a little bit, stays alive at the plate.
This is something this day and age of pitching that you've got to be able to do is land off speed and hitters counts. And you see a lot of it, a lot more often than 20 years ago. And Liam Peterson's doing a nice job of dropping that slider in there when every hitter's looking fastball. But again, right now you don't really know. You've shown him a few sliders. I think the fastball works here. Just don't want to split the plate with it.
Jeff Head, the home plate umpire, checks on Irby, says he's okay, and so here we go again. 2 outs, couple in scoring position for East Carolina. Already 2 runs across in the top of the first. The full count pitch from Peterson. Next swing, and he went around, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. Third base umpire Eddie Newsom said that Irby was not able to hold up. He thought he drew a walk.
Well, judge for yourself. Did he cross the plane of the plate? This is going to be tough right here. It was close. But the big play of this inning was at home plate. Ball beats the runner. Runner's called safe on the drop ball. Pirates up 2-0.
You're him. How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have.
Rated R.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
All natural, boneless, skinless chicken breast is just $3.99 a pound. New crop Georgia peaches are only $1.88 a pound. Hickory smoked thick sliced bacon is just $5.88 a pound. AE low fat or Yo Light yogurt is only 58 cents.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalish-Willie, the Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison!
I will be champion.
The top of the first for East Carolina. Florida coming to the plate for their first at bat of the ball game. A look at the Florida Gators lineup. Bozer, Lawson, and Evans at the top of the order today, hitting fourth, followed by Sear and Yost, and Wilson, Stripling, and Nadeau rounding out the batting order. For a scouting report on the starter for East Carolina, Ethan Norby, let's go to a couple of his teammates. Here are Brad and Brad.
We got Brad Zayak right here and Brad Pruitt. Just a little scout report on our pitcher. First off, he's an absolute stud. He's going to shove today. Brad, what do you got?
First thing you might notice is he's a little short, and he does carry that with him at all times, and he tries to make up for it on the mound. He does a pretty good job. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely short. He has to hide his masculinity behind his beard. That's why he always keeps it keep at the length it's at. It's covering up some insecurities.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, he's short, but he's definitely going to attack the hitters today. We're definitely in a good spot with Norby, a.k.a. Bilbo Baggins. I think we're in a great spot today. What about you, Brad?
I agree. If he does his thing, I like our chances for sure.
Love it, man. Back to y'all.
So there, the scouting report from his teammates. Ethan Norby, the sophomore from Kernersville, North Carolina, was taking notes. Shove, he's short, he's got a beard, and he's there, Bilbo Baggins.
Come on, man. Bilbo Baggins 4 feet tall. Ethan Norby's got him by at least 2 feet, 5'9". Sophomore making his 14th start.
He delivers a strike to Bobby Bozer to start things off for his day. Left-hander 7-5 on the year, sub-4 ERA, coming in at 3.81. He just misses with the fastball. The count goes to 1-1 to Bozer, the senior from Wesley Chapel, Florida. And Kevin O'Sullivan doesn't like something. Timing, perhaps. One of the things that we've seen an emphasis on this year, you see the resume for Kevin O'Sullivan, is batter's got to get in the box. He's got to address the pitcher. The pitcher has to recognize him before he delivers, and all of that is based on the pitch clock as well.
You think he's got some emotional tied up into this season? I mean, it was a rough start for them, 1-11.
Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, so it's going to be a wild pitch, strikeout, And Bozer reaches base. So Florida with a base runner to start the ball game.
Good start for Florida. Yeah, that was nasty from Norby. Curveball in the dirt. Bobby Bozer way out in front. This can happen a lot in these tournaments, especially early in games, because, again, it is exciting, and it's tough to control yourself early in these games, and that's just a swing you don't usually see from Bobby Bozer. Misses it by 5 feet.
Here's Brendan Lawson. He takes ball one. And one of the things you are seeing with Ethan Norby, and perhaps what Kevin O'Sullivan was upset about, he works quickly. Once the batter is in the box and ready to go, here comes the pitch from Norby. Quickly behind in the count, 2-0 to Brendan Lawson. 9 home runs, 57 driven in. Average just over 300 for the year. There's a strike, 2-1. In college baseball right now, Todd, you see so many pitchers velocity north of 95. You see a guy that's 91, 92, 93 with the fastball, and you wonder what's going on. This one into the outfield, splitting the difference between the two outfielders, but it's Johnson who runs it down in the right center field gap for the first out of the inning.
This ballpark's going to play big. Coastal Carolina's identity has usually been offense. This year it's been pitching, mainly because of the ballpark they play in. 390 to center field and then a 20-foot wall. Only 34 guys have gotten it out of that center field wall in the last 8 or 9 years. So, I mean, this is a deep ballpark. That ball was ripped in the gap, but not enough.
And none this season. There's not been a single ball that has cleared the 20-foot center field wall / batter's eye all season long. Wind might help a ball to left field right now. Going to knock one down, though, that is out toward right. Ty Evans, the DH. Senior from Auburndale, Florida. Evans hits it on the ground to short. Fielded there by Williams. Goes to second for one, and that's all he'll get. Bozer retired. Evans reaches on the fielder's choice. Defensively for East Carolina, Peltier, Johnson, and Herring in the outfield. You got to look there at Wallace, the third baseman. Williams over at short. Burris and Irby on the right side of the infield. Two down in the inning, runner at first for Florida, trying to answer a couple of runs in the top half for the East Carolina Pirates. Odie Dene, the junior from Lakeland. Has had to go behind the plate in the absence of Heyman. Gets it to short. One hopper, and he was able to hold the bag at first base, and that's enough to end the inning.
What a pick. How about Irby at first base? First of all, the strong throw by Williams across the diamond. Go out and get it, big guy. Pirates off the field.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
this is the bathroom. We are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you want.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
Bouncing around from site to site right here on Squeeze Play Live. If there are home runs or big plays, you will not miss them. Let's lose our minds.
Well, that's one way to get the party started.
That's a bad flip. Get used to that this weekend. This is your one-stop shop for everything Road to Omaha.
Schick, Bruins, Budden, they are in the place that they want to be, in the place that we are happy that they are. Squeeze Play.
Love that. You know, my favorite time of the year, like you mentioned, other than Christmas, is Omaha. You get a chance to talk baseball with Chris Burke, Mike Rooney. I mean, they got the baseballisms down. You
want to jump on Squeeze Play? We'll show you that QR code a bunch throughout the day. All you got to do is scan it with your camera on your phone. You got ESPN Plus. You can watch it there. Going to be on your regular television channels as well as we go throughout the weekend. Alex Peltier leading off for ECU. Pirates in front 2-0. Top of the second inning. Peltier, freshman in the lineup, takes a strike, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, one of the things we're going to have to watch with Liam Peterson is pitch count. He's already up over 30 pitches just underway in the second inning, sitting at 32. 114, the most he's thrown in a game. That's the only time he's gone above 100 all season. Lost him to Peterson for the first out.
Well, so far in this game, it almost feels like he's a little too dependent on his slider. He throws 98. So, I mean, and you know, every fourth time he throws the fastball, he gets a swing and miss. 25%. So, use it. You know, I mean, get ahead of these guys and establish your control. And I think so far in this game, you know, the slider's been a little ineffective, and he's not getting a whole lot of bite from the Pirates' offense.
Walker Barron, the 9-hole hitter, sophomore from Atlanta. Got 3 long balls this year, driven in 30. The base is empty and 1 down. We are hopeful on the weather this weekend here in Conway. Chance of showers later on in the afternoon, but a great weather start to the regional weekend. And a good start for Walker Barron as he rips it through the left side for a single.
Yeah, the IMG Academy grad out of Bradenton, Florida. Had 1 start last year, 1 home run, and good start today. Base hit through the left side.
The first trip through the order for ECU, pretty good. 3 hits, a hit batter, a couple of fly ball outs, a couple of balls hit hard into the outfield. And now Braden Burris for the second time today, who began this game with a perfectly placed bunt. He takes high for ball 1. Opening Burris with the breaking ball. Kevin O'Sullivan talked to us yesterday a little bit about the breaking ball with Peterson and the fact that he had kind of settled in on the slider. He was trying to throw the curveball, trying to throw the slider, and just was not getting the most out of either of them. They said the slider's the better pitch, and so that's the one that he has leaned on pretty heavily in the second half of the year.
Well, it gets the hitters off his fastball. So in this league, if everybody in the ballpark knows the fastball's coming, even though it's 97, 98 mile an hour, they can turn it around like you just saw the 9-hole Walker Barron do. So he's got to keep him off balance by landing that slider and that changeup. Not using his changeup a whole lot, although it's effective. And so he's really reduced to like 2 pitches right now. And struggling like he is, he's going to use more fastballs in this inning.
Got Burris at the plate, 1-0, and he delivers low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Burris, the best batting average among freshmen in the entire country. Some names that you'll continue to watch into the future there. Just goes after this one and fouls it away.
Yeah, now 10 for his last 21 going back to the tournament. Only a freshman, remember, North Carolina's Player of the Year in 2023 out of high school. Playing second base, but shortstop in high school. You see a lot of that at the next level. They take the shortstops from the high school teams and they spread them around, but Braden Burris can really play.
Named most outstanding player in the American Conference Tournament. He's ahead of the count here, 3 balls and a strike. You saw best among freshmen in batting average. He's top 30 in the country with that .392 average coming into this ball game. He hits this one high in the air on the left side. Sear moving over toward the line, and it's going to slip into the berm down in the left field corner where a lot of folks are taking advantage. Got the blankets out today.
Like you mentioned, it's a good crowd for the first game. Their home team's not even playing.
Florida already has action in its bullpen. It's McNeil up and throwing for Florida. This one is a fair ball all the way down toward the left field corner. It ricochets off the wall, and that may be a tough break for East Carolina. Runners have to stay put. First and second with 1 down. You got Barron at second, and Burris 2 for 2 today.
Perfectly played by Sear out in left field, and that's something you saw the teams working on yesterday. You got to know the ballpark. This ball right down the line. In just about any other ballpark, this is easily a double. But it bounces straight to Sear in left field, and they hold him to a single. Yeah, bad break for the Pirates there.
So East Carolina with 2 runs in the top of the first, threatening here in the second. First and second with just 1 down in the inning. Luke McNeely is throwing in the bullpen, the right-hander for the Florida Gators. As Liam Peterson laboring early, already 43 pitches. And it's 2-0 to Jack Herring. Herring flew out to center in the first inning. That fly ball allowed Braden Burris to get to third base after the bunt and the steal. 3-0. Kevin O'Sullivan. Well, this is not the spot that he and the Gators wanted to be early in this ball game. This ball ripped out into right field, a base hit. It's toward Wilson. Runners on base move up 90 feet. That ball hit hard by Jack Herring. That is 5 hits now for East Carolina in an inning and a third.
Liam Pearson's just not missing any barrels. Cliff Godwin knows that on a 3-0 pitch where you usually think they're taken. Liam Pearson just throws it right down the middle and gets it ripped to right field. Bases loaded, and I think that'll be it for Liam.
Kevin O'Sullivan has made the signal, so a new pitcher coming in for Florida with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Not what Liam Peterson envisioned in his regional start.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Clorox Scentiva cleans like Clorox, smells like lavender, feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Scentiva.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
The WNBA on ESPN. We can't get enough.
East Carolina fans out in force today in Conway, South Carolina, cheering on their Pirates, who are out to a 2-0 lead. The berm seating is good, but that's not the best seat in the house here at Springbrook Stadium. They have a boardwalk that wraps the outfield from foul pole to foul pole, and then they've got tall bar height Adirondack chairs up along the rails. How good is that?
Sounds like you want to stand instead of sit.
I did throw out yesterday that perhaps one of those seats would be a good place for us to broadcast Saturday afternoon. Don't know if we got anywhere with that.
It's a great ballpark, yeah.
I think Tony wanted to join us out there, our producer. It'd be hard for him to do his job from there.
That's right, all of us for that matter. But it's a great ballpark, 2015 till now.
Luke McNeely into the game, making his 27th appearance of the year. They are asking a lot from him right now. 6'3", 190 pounds, out of Milton, Georgia. I don't think anybody in the white uniforms today thought that they would be going to the pin in the second.
East Carolina's sending up left, right, left. McNeely's got 96 on the fastball. Slider's his primary pitch to the right-handers, but again, about to face a couple lefties coming up. He mixes the slider and the change to the left-handed hitters. 50% swing and miss on that slider.
Richard Cross, Todd Walker with you from Conway, South Carolina, where East Carolina, the 3 seed, out to a 2-0 lead. They've got the bases loaded with just 1 out, and Dixon Williams at the plate. Williams hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. Leads this ECU team with 48 runs batted in. He's got 13 home runs. And he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
And as a hitter, you got to know that slider's coming. So see it once, and then you got a visual of it, and then go from there. But free swinging is not going to get it done. Dixon Williams out of the 3 spot, just getting a little crazy, and that's why you see Cliff Godwin calling him over, just calling him down. He has to put the ball in play in this situation. Less than 2 outs, you got the guy at third. So any ball in play other than a double play gets another run across.
Cliff Godwin coaching at his alma mater in his 11th season as the head coach. Had a great visit with the head Pirate yesterday. Only one time since he has gotten this job have they missed the regionals. That was in 2017. They were going to have to win their conference tournament that year to get in. Got to the championship game, couldn't get it done there. And so at home in the postseason.
So here's what you know. McNeely's not going to throw a slider over the plate. He's going to bury it low to try to get the swing and miss. If he throws a fastball, it's going to be a show pitch out of the zone. And he made a mistake and left it over. That was a pitch he probably could have put in play. But that's the thought process, both from Kevin O'Sullivan in the dugout and Luke McNeely, is to show him a fastball up and out of the zone, maybe get a swing and miss. If you don't, you go back to the slider in the dirt. Either way, you're not getting a ball over the middle unless it's a mistake.
Up and away, 1-2. Excuse me, the 1-2, and the count now evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So he's got to get by one more pitch. If he can get by this pitch, now you got 3-2, puts a little pressure on the defense and the pitcher, and you're in a better spot as a hitter.
This ball lined foul. Cliff Godwin ducks out of the way of that one. Perhaps glad he's got that helmet on.
So as a hitter, you're protecting against that slider low, which means you're letting the ball travel longer. To me, as a left-hand hitter, I kind of eliminated the pull side, so you're not trying to get the barrel out in front. You're just up the middle the other way. Let it travel as long as possible. That'll allow you to spin on the slider in the dirt, but still hit it if it's in the zone.
Lifted out to left field. Sear makes the catch. Tagging at third is Walker Barrett. He'll come home to score. Good at bat there for Dixon Williams, driving in a run. It's 3-0 East Carolina.
Perfect approach. He had seen the slider enough, waved it 2, Godwin calls him over, calms him down, and now he has the right approach there is just sit on the slider, wait on it, hit it to left field, drive in the third run.
You would like to not be in the mindset too often of, hey, let's minimize here. That means you're giving up runs, but that's got to be it for Luke McNeely, right? First and second, figure out a way to get off the field with your team only down 3-0. John Collins takes for strike one.
Well, McNeely's had the most appearance out of the pen for Florida, 26. Now he's 27th. So he's a veteran. He's been around. He knows this. There's forces around the bag. So for him, just keeping the ball low.
0-1 to Collins. This ball lifted out to left field. That's a base hit. It'll fall in front of Sear. Hitting the bag at third is Burris. He'll come around and score without a throw. An RBI single for John Collins, his 27th driven of the year. And the Pirates poured it on early in front, 4-0.
East Carolina doing everything right in this game. Bunting for base hits, moving guys over, getting guys in from third with less than 2 outs, and now 2-out base hit for John Collins. Scores the 4th run for the Pirates, and this was important for these kids, I think. Get ahead of an SEC team, get ahead of Florida. And like we mentioned, the Pirates have been playing really well. 4 in a row in the American Athletic Conference tournament, and they carry it into the day.
I don't know that Cliff Godwin said these exact words yesterday, but it was almost like he didn't recognize his ball club last week. Said a disappointing season where they finished 13-14 in league play, and it was almost like the pressure was off. It wasn't, oh, can we win enough to get into the tournament? It's, hey, let's go to the conference tournament, play loose, see if we can play our way into a regional, and that's exactly what they did.
Finished 5th in the regular season. The AAC, UTSA won that league. And Godwin told us they watched the 1983 Survive and Advance, the NC State story.
Yeah.
And he tried a lot of things. He felt like that seemed to have helped. Just an inspiration to everybody, but to his group. And it seemed to be paying off right now.
Big swing and a miss there. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Riley Johnson, who had a single in the first inning. Talk about the fact that they had to not just survive and advance in the NCAA tournament, but had to do so in their own conference tournament just to get into the big dance. There's a chopper right side. Nadeau fields it, throws to first, and that ends the inning. For that one, 4-3. But 2 more on the board for East Carolina.
Another big inning for the Pirates. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. John Collins delivering the 2-out base hit. Pirates up 4-0 after 1.5.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio. Rated PG, June 20th.
Let's go. The Rob Dwalishvili, the Sugar Show, Juliana Pena.
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison.
I will be champion.
Shout out to my brother and the ECU Pirates, and I wish them good luck in their regional this weekend against in the Conway Regional. Go Pirates.
Good luck today as the regionals get started. ECU Coach Godwin, thanks and congratulations for becoming the winningest coach in ECU history. Pirates, good luck in the regional. Go out there and take down the Gators.
Pick it short, one hopper to throw across in time to get the leadoff hitter for the Gators, Blake Sear. He hit a seed to short. Williams picked it cleanly.
That's good stuff. Connor Norby, the brother of Ethan Norby, starting pitcher, Miami Marlins. Played at East Carolina, was an All-American second baseman, now with the Marlins. Ethan Norby from some baseball bloodlines with his brother. Dude struck out 19 Coastal Carolina hitters back in early March. So he's a big game pitcher.
And Blake McCullough Clayton McCullough, the manager of the Florida Marlins, former Pirate himself. A little Florida Marlins well wishes for the Pirates. Imagine they are excited about watching how ECU has started this ball game. And Ethan Norby, well, he's going after the Florida hitters. And with a 4-run lead on the board, his job is to fill up the strike zone.
Yeah, I think you throw more fastballs in this situation. And it's working.
It's a strikeout. Tied up Hayden Yost up and in, and 2 fast outs here in the second inning for Florida.
Well, he carves up left-handed hitters. 163 against, and this is a fastball up and in. As a left-handed hitter, you got to pull the hands in first and then try to get the barrel on the baseball and try to do both with high velocity. You can't get it done, and Ethan Norby gets the second out.
Here's Ashton Wilson going after the first pitch. The fastball at 91, fouls it away. That was the 19th pitch of the game for Ethan Norby. Had a couple of base runners allowed in the first inning. Wild pitch strikeout to start things off for Bobby Bozer. And then Evans reached on a fielder's choice, but just 4 Gators came to the plate in the first inning. And Norby's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes right now to Ashton Wilson, and looks like he can't wait to throw the next pitch.
Well, and it keeps the defense in the game, right? So as a defender, the greatest thing you can have going for you from your starting pitcher is to work quickly and throw strikes, and Ethan Norby's doing both.
That 20-second pitch clock not really a factor right now for Ethan Norby. Chopper left side. It's the third baseman Wallace throwing across his body on the run in time to get Ashton Wilson. Gators go 1, 2, 3. Ground out, strikeout, ground out. Through 2, ECU in front, 4-0.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Harry's Body Wash has sophisticated scents like cypress and sandalwood, but it can't give you handsome bad boy aura. For that, you'll need to become the getaway driver for a poorly planned art heist. You'll love the way you smell, though. Harry's, man, that feels good.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
With all that's going on in regional action by visiting NCAA.com. It's NCAA.com. Scores, highlights, and a whole lot more. Glad to be with you. We are on the road to Omaha. It's been a good start for the East Carolina Pirates. 4 runs on 6 hits through 2 innings to start this ball game. And Colby Wallace, who made the good defensive play to end the inning, jumps all over that first pitch slider. Alongside Todd Walker and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Richard Cross. Glad to be with you. Gorgeous start to the Conway Regional. If you're joining us late, Liam Peterson lasted just an inning and a third. He gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. This one is popped up out to right field. Ashton Wilson makes the catch, and there's one away. And more than anything, Gators need Luke McNeely to find a way to put some zeros on the board.
Yeah, he needs to calm everything down, which he has. It's been pretty chaotic the first 2 innings. It's the first out here in the third, and again, his primary is his slider, so he uses this fastball to set the slider up. As long as he's throwing strikes, and like we mentioned with Ethan Norby, getting ahead of hitters, working quickly, and he can get this thing back on track for the Gators.
Fastball at 95 there for a first pitch strike to Austin Irby. Irby struck out to end the first inning. That was on a close check swing. Error in the first inning led to a couple of unearned runs for East Carolina. This ball ripped out into center field, a base hit for Austin Irby. 7th hit of the game for ECU.
They're swinging the bat well with confidence. And again, you look at the totality of the season, and it wasn't East Carolina's greatest season under Cliff Godwin, but it's how you're playing at the end. And they are just playing with a lot of confidence. Cliff Godwin told us that they've handled adversity a few times during this year, and he feels like that has prepared them for these type of situations.
I don't know that in-game team batting average is a big stat that we go to, but that would be over 500 so far. And East Carolina, Todd, not getting cheated at the plate at all.
Well, and that's what I'm talking about, confidence. Like, you can just tell, even on takes, if a hitter's confident or not. And 1 through 9, Alex Peltier, the 8th spot right now. 1 through 9, I mean, they just look like they know what they're doing. And they came out of the gates confident, and they've pinned them with 4 so far in this game.
5 of the 6 hitters that McNeely has faced, he's delivered first pitch strikes to. He's got a 1-1 count here to Peltier. Looked like Dene wanted a called strike there on the 0-1. 2-1. That one's down and away.
Even if you don't bunt, I love the show, because Stripling's got to play in on the grass now at third base. It opens up angles on the left side, especially as a right-handed hitter. So when you got that third base breathing down your neck and you ripping on the ground on the left side, there's a greater chance you're going to get a base hit than if he's playing back. And all that's created from show and bunt.
Just missed in with the fastball there, and it's now 3-1. Peltier grounded out to first, his first time up, 0 for 1 today. Walker Barron, the 9-hole hitter, waits on deck. And it misses outside for a walk. And for the 3rd inning in a row to start this game, East Carolina with at least 2 base runners.
Yeah, and last inning started this way. First out, pretty innocent. And then East Carolina goes base hit, base hit, base hit, scores a run, sac fly, base hit. So you got to be careful even with 1 out. Now, I mean, there has just been a lot of traffic on the bases that the Florida Gators have had to deal with, and we're only in the top of the 3rd.
So Caden McDonald, the right-hander, is throwing in the bullpen for Florida as the 9-hole hitter Walker Barron swings and misses, chasing that slider out of the zone for strike 1. And you get a look at McDonald. He's made 19 appearances this year. The 0-1. Check swing, strike 2. Barron unable to hold up, and that's 2 in a row where he has not picked up the spin on that slider out of the zone.
Well, once again, you know you're getting it, especially as a right-handed hitter. Ball's moving away from the barrel. Ideally, Luke McNeely wants to bury that low to get the swing and miss, or at least away. And so as a hitter, you got to protect against that, which means you really have to wait.
He's been away, goes away again. This pitch in the dirt, and it allows Irby, who was on second, to move up. So a wild pitch. It's Austin Irby 90 feet closer. Peltier stayed put at first base.
Well, that was a great read by Irby. I mean, balls in the dirt, you got to go. I mean, we were always taught it's too hard for the catcher to find the ball, pick it up, make an accurate throw. But I do believe Peltier might have get banged at second if he takes off. So nice job by Peltier as well at first on reading the fact that he couldn't make it. A lot of times you get jumpy as a runner behind because you want to do what the runner in front of you is doing. But I think he gets thrown out at second if he went.
Dene not able to hold on to that one. He's at the bottom of the zone, but it's really hard to get that called third strike when the catcher doesn't catch it.
And Peltier gets the bag anyway. He moves down to second base with one out, second and third. 9-spot Walker Barron had a base hit his last time up and scored.
Full count. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout there for Luke McNeely, second out of the inning. The final weekend of the UFL regular season begins Saturday at 3 Eastern on ESPN, featuring the Houston Roughnecks and the Michigan Panthers. Then Sunday at noon over on ABC, it's the San Antonio Brahmas hosting the Arlington Renegades. Both matchups also available on ESPN+. Got an intentional walk here to Braden Burris to load the bases. So Peltier was able to steal second at the end of that previous at-bat.
With 2 outs, I like the idea of him walking them. Now it creates forces all around the bases and home plate. Makes the defense a little easier. And Braden Burris is 11 for his last 22, so all that factored in. Not bad to avoid that bat.
The best hitter and hottest hitter. And so Jack Herring gets the opportunity with the bases loaded. 1 for 2 today, had a single in the second inning. He was the last hitter that Liam Peterson faced before being pulled. That's a check swing strike. Jeff Head went with the appeal there to third base. That one was easy for Eddie Newsom. 2 hits with the bases loaded this year for Jack Herring. Trying to add a third to extend this 4-0 lead.
It just doesn't work twice. Again, 1-0, bases loaded, you're thinking fastball. He didn't get it, fooled him, okay. But as a hitter now you think, all right, now I know what's coming next. And you're able to sit on it. And so for McNeely, he's going to have to try to outthink these guys.
2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, see the take there? Like, it's not even competitive because he knows what's coming. Now it's 3-1. Now you think a fastball's coming as a hitter too, but you don't really know because McNeely has been able to land that slider, so you just have to stay back and really see it. But I'd almost take this pitch and wait for 3-2. Whatever you usually get 3-1, you get 3-2.
We're in the top of the third. ECU has had the bases loaded 3 times. A 3-1 pitch. There's a strike at the top of the zone. And a big East Carolina contingent here disagreed. Got some Florida fans above the third dugout. Loved that call.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo.
Gators get away with one there.
So a full count pitch coming to Herring. And he cues it foul. Got a piece of it to stay alive.
Now it's just a fight. You don't necessarily know a fastball's coming. And if you're Herring out of the 2 spot, you do the 2-strike approach, spread out, choke up, expand the zone a little bit, and get after it.
Bases loaded, 2 down in the inning, another full count pitch. And again, Herring able to get a piece to stay alive. I know it's 4-0, but this feels like a really important moment in this game.
Huge. Yeah, I mean, the way Ethan Norby's pitching on the other side, you can't afford to give up 6 or 7 runs.
Two in the first, 2 in the second for East Carolina. Bases loaded with 2 out. Here's the third full count pitch. And it's a base hit through the right side. Irby comes home to score. Peltier comes home to score. A 2-run single for Jack Herring. RBIs number 25 and 26. And for the third straight inning, East Carolina puts a 2 spot on the board.
Fantastic at bat for Jack Herring. McNeely had to throw it over the plate. He had no choice. He battled him enough and just splits the plate with a fastball. Jack Herring, after having to deal with the 3-1 pitch that he thought got away from him, gets to 3-2, battles a few pitches, and then gets the pitch he can handle. 2 more runs across for the Pirates, and it has been their day so far.
So a 2-run single there for Jack Herring, and that brings the day to an end for Luke McNeely. Florida's used 2 pitchers through 2 2/3. With a break in the action, we'll take one as well. 6-0 ECU in front.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you want.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
Presented by Capital One. Little summary of the teams coming in. Coastal Carolina winning the regular season and the tournament champions. They're the number 13 seed in the postseason. They'll play Fairfield tonight, winners of the MAC tournament. Florida in an large selection after going 15-15 in the SEC. East Carolina had to win their way in. They get the automatic bid out of the American after sweeping through the conference tournament last week. And the storyline in this game is a 6-0 lead for East Carolina, and Florida to the bullpen for the second time as Blaine Rowland is the third pitcher of the game. The freshman right-hander from Plant City, Florida, making his 7th appearance of the year.
Yeah, only 12 innings on the year, 12 1/3. Been good. 2.19 ERA, the 9 strikeouts. Fastball is going to be low 90s. Sliders to right-handers, change-ups to left-handers.
Dixon Williams, the 3-hole hitter, goes after the first pitch, and he skies it to the right side of the infield. Nadeau having to wait a long time for this one to come down, and he makes the catch on the edge of the grass. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Blaine Rowland, but 2 more runs on the board for ECU.
Seems like 2's the number for the Pirates. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. They just keep rolling, and East Carolina with a 6-0 lead.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Ooh, look at those pork chops. With Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Yes, please. Ranch seasoned, savory, and sizzling. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
You should switch to 1-800-CONTACTS because
it's super easy, so cheap. I save shipping costs, I save doctor office visit fees.
1-800-CONTACTS always has my exact same brand in stock.
It was cheaper on 1-800-CONTACTS than actually going to the eye doctor.
It's the future. It's amazing.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Right now, you can save 20% on your first order, plus fast free shipping right to your door.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. Cody and I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio. Rated PG, June 20th.
Little team meeting in the dugout for the Florida Gators, trailing 6-0 to East Carolina as we go to the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a wake up and let's go meeting. Like, what are we doing? Although I think a lot of credit goes to East Carolina. I mean, they've just been good. Florida's made the one error, the play at the plate, drop ball. But, I mean, Ethan Norby, wow. I mean, 2 strikeouts through 2 innings, filling up the zone, working quickly, keeping his defense in play, and got to be feeling pretty good about himself. Spotted 6 runs.
Florida's used 3 pitchers. That was pitch number 25 of the game for Ethan Norby. Landon Stripling leading off for the Gators, and he takes ball 1. Stripling, sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Slowing Norby down a little bit, keeping an eye on that pitch clock back behind home plate as he steps in. Norby ready to go as soon as he gets in the box, and he drops in a breaking ball for strike 2.
Well, you can slow him down as much as you want, but the minute you step in and look up, he's coming. So, I mean, that's all. You can only do so much to try to control the pace of this game.
Batter has to be in the box by the time there are 10 seconds on the pitch clock and has to address the pitcher with 8 seconds left. And now Norby pitches immediately. This one hit left side, trying to go the opposite way. Long throw for Wallace, and he's able to beat Stripling. What a play by the third baseman with the shift on.
Rich, that is a cannon if you haven't seen one before. They had the shift to the right side, and I mean, he just lets it rip. Right perfectly to Irby for the first out. And again, that's why the shift is tough, because he's basically having to cover the whole left side of the infield and does a nice job there.
Williams, the shortstop, was behind the second base bag, and you had Wallace kind of pulled over toward the shortstop spot. So you had to go a long way to his right, catch it, plant, and he threw a strike across the diamond. Justin Nadeau, the 9-hole hitter. And you're from St. John's, Florida. He takes a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Nadeau, the second baseman for the Gators. 1-2. Drops the breaking ball in. Boy, Norby looks so in command of everything right now.
Well, when you have a lead, you can feel a little more confident about yourself, but he's been doing this all year. Like I said, I looked up that March 7th game against Coastal, struck out 19 out of a possible 22 outs. I mean, if you have a game like that, you're a big game pitcher, and this guy has been good. I mean, East Carolina has produced pitchers over the years under Cliff Godwin, and he's just another one in a long line of great guys that have pitched at the professional level.
He gets a breaking ball strikeout there, third of the ball game, and 2 quick outs for Florida here in the bottom of the third inning.
The slider's really working for Ethan Norby. Lefty on lefty matchup. Again, lefty's only hitting $163 off of him, and that's why. He can land that slider on you. He can throw the fastball middle in. He's not afraid to come inside the left-handed hitters. 5-1 strikeout to walk ratios for Ethan Norby.
We need to go back to what you said just a second ago. March 7th against Coastal Carolina. Norby, 7 1/3 innings, 3 hits allowed, 19 strikeouts.
And that's against Coastal coming up next. And you know what I love about that, Rick?
Oh, what a catch! What a catch down the right field line in foul territory.
Good gosh, Austin Irby. I mean, how did he even see that baseball and then dive and make the play? East Carolina's playing pretty inspired right now with a 6-run lead. Wow.
This is wild. I can't believe this.
Let's take it from the top. You love cleaning this counter.
What?
In fact, Clorox's latest experiment proved you enjoyed it more than a manicure.
I don't even know myself anymore.
Rethink what makes you feel good.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I can say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio. Rated PG, June 20th.
Let's go. The Rob Dwalish-Willie, the Sugar Show. Juliana Pena.
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison.
I will be champion.
Yesterday in Oklahoma City, the Women's College World Series got underway. The first two games were all SEC, with Florida losing to Texas 3-0. Oklahoma with a walk-off home run to beat Tennessee 4-3. Texas Tech was phenomenal in the first game of the evening session, winning 1-0 over Ole Miss. And then you had UCLA over Oregon. We're coming to you from Conway, South Carolina. Game one of the Conway Regional. Richard Cross, Todd Walker. Winner of this game will face the winner of tonight's game between the host, Coastal Carolina, and the 4-seed Fairfield. And it has been all East Carolina so far. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Cliff Godwin's Pirates up 6-0, batting here in the top of the 4th inning, and Florida on its third pitcher of the ball game, Blaine Rowland, who came in and got a one-pitch pop-up to end the 3rd inning. This one hit foul down the right field line, and that's a souvenir for someone. About a 3.5-hour drive from Greenville, North Carolina, here to Conway, South Carolina. I'm going to say East Carolina fans numbering perhaps in the thousands that have made their way for this regional. This one off the glove of Stripling at third base, trickles out into left field. And the leadoff man is on for ECU in the 4th.
Bobby Bozer, their usual third baseman, is now playing short because Colby Shelton's out, Stripling at third base, but it doesn't matter. This is a difficult play. Ball was hit hard with topspin. Stripling caught in between, and really the only chance you have is to one-hand glove, take the short hop on it, and hope for the best. And well, you stay back on a ball like that, it'll eat you alive.
E5, Collins reaches safely, and now Riley Johnson 1 for 2 at the plate. Johnson takes a first pitch strike from Rowland. And a bunt third base side. A throw to second to get the lead runner. What a heads-up play by Stripling. He looked to first and then realized maybe a little bit slower runner in Collins and was able to get the lead runner out at second base.
It's a fantastic play considering his confidence. That feeling when you make an error and the whole ballpark's looking at you, you feel like it's very difficult to make the next play. Great job by Stripling to control himself. And you're right, he looked at first. And when he looked to second, I didn't think he was going to be able to get him. Accurate, strong throw to second to get the lead runner.
So fielder's choice for Riley Johnson, and that brings Colby Wallace to the plate. Wallace takes a fastball strike. 91 from Rowland. Wallace had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Drove in a run. Johnson has not run a lot this year, but he has been successful, 4 for 4 in stolen bases this season. So fouls it away. As a team, East Carolina, 67 of 80 coming in on the base pass. They got a couple of stolen bases so far today. If you look at the 4 games in the American tournament, and this 6-0 start, that's 38-18 over the last 5 games. East Carolina played at South Florida to close out the regular season. Won the first game, played pretty well. That beat 10-0, a run rule loss in 7 innings, and then lost a 6-5 game to close out that series. And had to turn around and play USF in the conference tournament. Ball and 2 strikes to Colby Wallace. Riley Johnson at first.
And you get the feeling from East Carolina that they love who they're playing for. Cliff Godwin, we talked to him yesterday, and he said, we're not losing anybody. Everybody's coming back, you know? And that gives me the idea that, man, these kids love playing for Cliff Godwin. He's been there 11 years. He's had a lot of success.
The 100th pitch of the game by Florida pitchers is lined out into right field for a base hit. That's the 9th hit of the game for East Carolina as the Pirates bat in the top of the 4th with just 1 out.
Putting pressure on the defense, and that's what East Carolina's doing. They've had at least 2 guys on base every inning, and they were in the top of the 4th. The base hits just keep coming. That's 9 for East Carolina.
All 9 hitters in the lineup for East Carolina have now reached base in this game, one way or another. This one fouled off by Irby, who made the incredible catch down in foul territory. The first baseman kind of going out. Good conversation with Cliff Godwin yesterday, the head coach. Coach is in the 3rd base box. This ball out into left field. Sear on the run, not going to get there. That's off the wall. Johnson hits the bag at 3rd. He's going to come around to score. Wallace stops at 3rd. It's an RBI double for Austin Irby, his 2nd hit of the game, and it's now 7-0.
Well, Rich, have you ever heard that hitting's contagious?
I've heard that.
It is a confidence level at an all-time high for the Pirates. I mean, started in the 1st inning. You got the leadoff guy on, scored 2 runs. And here in the 4th, I mean, they are just hitting it to all fields. That ball was smoked in the left center gap opposite field by the 7-hole, sorry, who, like you said, just made that fantastic play at the end of the last inning, and now the Florida Gators will bring the infield in.
Runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and the Florida defense in at the edge of the grass all the way around the infield. Colby Wallace at 3rd base. Austin Irby out at 2nd. The 0-1 to Peltier. Tied him up on the inside. Good fastball location there from Rowland. Rare that ECU hitters have had 0-2 counts today. That's where Peltier sits right now. Hits it on the ground past the 3rd baseman. Stripling out into left field. Wallace comes home to score. Irby comes around to score. It's a 2-run double for Peltier. Picks up RBIs 10 and 11 on the season. And right now the rout is on for the Pirates, leading it 9-0.
Bottom half of the Pirates order have gotten 5 base hits, 2 doubles. And Peltier at the 8th spot delivers a 2-run double. And you can have all the meetings you want. I just think it's a credit to East Carolina and just the heat that they're bringing, not only in the tournament, but now. And they're playing as good as anybody this time of the year.
Walker Barron in the 9-hole off the end of the bat. Checking the runner at 2nd and throwing to the 1st. Rowland records the out, 2nd out of the inning. Florida got the leadoff man on in John Collins. Collins reached to start the inning on an error on the third baseman. Then it was a fielder's choice, single, double, double. Round out for the second out of the inning, and we go back to the top of the order. Fourth trip to the plate today for Braden Burris. 2 singles and an intentional walk. Right on right matchup. And Burris goes after the first pitch. He hits it down the left field line, but he hooked it foul. Boy, he hit that ball a long way.
I love that stat you threw out there earlier. I don't know if team batting average in the middle of the game is a thing. They were hitting 500 when you said it. They're hitting 500 still. 11 for 22.
Wow.
For this Pirate offense.
That seems unsustainable.
We'll be here all day if it isn't.
Strike nips the corner. That goes 0-2 to Braden Burris.
6 for 13 with runners in score position.
Wow.
462. 8 for 16 with runners on.
9 runs on 11 hits for East Carolina. Pirates batting in the top of the 4th inning with 2 out. An offensive onslaught early in this ball game. Mentioned that conversation we had with Cliff Godwin yesterday. He says he's in a better place mentally than he was a couple of years ago. He's engaged, going to get married in December.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. And just kind of gotten to a place where his faith is stronger and he's a little more calm. And he said winning was his drug from the time that he was 5 years old playing baseball all the way through his coaching career and even through the first 8 years or so at East Carolina. But he's found a little more balance. But if you think the fiery competitiveness has gone away, you would be mistaken.
We didn't end that conversation without some of that coming out too when you start talking about competition. But good baseball guy. You know, every time some of these big jobs come up, Cliff Godwin's name has been mentioned. But he said he's very content. You know, he played at East Carolina. He's been there 11 years. Had some stints, 2 times the College World Series by 2014 with Ole Miss and 2008 with LSU. So he's been there, he's been around, and he knows the game.
And the only thing missing in the East Carolina baseball lifetime resume is a trip to Omaha. They've hosted super regionals. They've been so very close, but have not gotten over the hump. Cliff Godwin had that opportunity as a player and has had that opportunity as a coach as well. And look at what East Carolina's done offensively so far.
Yeah, I mean, Dixon Williams, that 3-hole, the only guy without a hit, but he was hit by a pitch in the first, scored a run. Had the sacrifice fly in the second, so that drove a run in. But, man, I mean, what an offensive onslaught for East Carolina. And it hasn't stopped yet. Braden Burris has been on base all 4 times, and we're still in the 4th inning.
And Burris hurting a little bit after that one. Taking a moment before he settles at first base after being hit by the pitch. So he's been on base all 4 times. A couple of singles, an intentional walk, and now a hit by pitch. And Jack Herring comes to the plate. Herring with a couple of hits. He's driven in a pair. All crooked numbers on the scoreboard for this East Carolina offense. 3 2s and a 3. And 2-0 now to Jack Herring. Florida has right-hander Caden McDonald up and throwing in the bullpen. The 2-0, there's a strike. That's in a breaking ball. This one is foul down the right field line.
And you're looking at an offense from East Carolina that only hit 275 this year. 69 home runs coming into this game. So it wasn't like they just tore it up this year, but they are today.
couple of regionals already dealing with weather delays. In the Clemson Regional, Kentucky and West Virginia scheduled to start earlier. They are in a weather delay. There's a called strike 3 to end the inning. Jack Herring goes away looking, but not before 3 more Pirates come across the plate. Through 3.5 innings, 9-0 the lead for East Carolina over the Florida Gators, who will try to get the offense going when we come back.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
We see plenty of summer days in triple digits, and we knew that the Trex material was going to be a little cooler, but was shocked how much cooler it is.
Trex, the #1 performance-engineered decking and railing brand for your life outdoors.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
this is the bathroom. We are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you love.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Sunday Night Baseball, the series finale between Aaron Judge and the AL East leading Yankees against Shohei Ohtani and the NL West leading Dodgers. It starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern with baseball tonight. Sunday Night Countdown. 9-0 East Carolina leading it over the Florida Gators. Florida's only base runner so far, Bobby Bozer, to start the bottom of the first inning when he reached on a strikeout wild pitch. Ty Evans got on in a fielder's choice there in the third inning, but still only one base runner at that point. This is Brendan Lawson leading things off. Flew out to center field in the first inning. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brendan Lawson.
Kevin O'Sullivan really likes Brendan Lawson, thinks he's going to play in the big leagues one day. Canadian was drafted last year in the 19th round by the Cardinals. Big kid, 6'3".
You noted yesterday we were watching batting practice for Florida on practice day. Well, this is a physical lineup. But the other thing that stood out in batting practice yesterday was the size of their BP groups. They had 3 in the first group, 3 in the second group, 4 in the third group, and 3 in the final group of BP. And in that last group, it included 2 walk-ons and 1 guy that has not played or has not had an at-bat the entire season.
10 total hitters in his BP groups yesterday.
10.
And
10 that play.
Kevin O'Sullivan doesn't use that as an excuse, but it is what it is. You know, Kate Curlin out for the year. They got Ty Evans back, but then they lost Luke Heyman, and they lost Colby Shelton. Kyle Jones out. So it has been an injury-plagued season for the Florida Gators.
And not just injuries, but injuries to dudes.
Yeah,
Shelton,
main
an
guys.
all-SEC caliber shortstop. Heyman, first-team all-SEC catcher.
They just got Pierce Capola back, who was supposed to be their ace, or at least their number 2, 6'8" left-hander. Struck out 10 in 3 2/3, last out. So that's the capability that he has. He just came back.
Good take there from Brendan Lawson to work the count full. Lawson lifts this one out to left field. Peltier at the wall. Florida finally on the board. That one off the back wall of the bullpen as Brendan Lawson hits his first home run of the season, or his 10th home run of the season. That's the first run of the game for the Gators. Good at bat.
Yeah, lefty on lefty matchup. We're already talking about how good Ethan Norby is to these left-handed hitters. Nice approach. Just popping it the opposite way. Again, you really can't look to pull this guy. You just got to look up the middle, keep that right shoulder in, look the other way, and he just bolted it out to left field with that backspin carried out of here for the first Gator run.
9-pitch at bat. Leads to a solo home run the opposite way for Lawson. A check swing strike to Ty Evans. DH reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Lawson perhaps giving that Gators dugout a little bit of life. Evans late on the fastball there at 92, up around the belt.
When you talk about injuries, they get this guy back. Ty Evans, a couple years ago, set a record in Omaha, 5 home runs for Ty Evans. So this was a big injection into the lineup. It strikes out right there for the second out, and Ethan Norby just keeps going.
Boy, back-to-back elevated fastballs for swings and misses for the strikeout, the 4th of the game for Norby.
Yeah, I mean, it's 91-92. Looks like 98 right there. Just here, hit it if you can. Ty Evans 3-0 right through it.
It looks like he is placing it exactly where he wants to, working with that fastball at the top of the zone.
Well, I mean, part of it obviously is keeping a hitter out balanced, throwing something they don't expect, but obviously you got to hit your spots. And Ethan Norby working fast, doing those two things, doing everything basically that you would want out of an opening day starter in this regional.
Doubles up on the breaking ball there. Brody Dene holds off, grounded out to short in the first inning, 0 for 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Norby a little unconventional also in the way that he sets up on the mound. Normally you see pitchers' feet right there together. He's got that wide stance just ready to go.
Kind of like the staying alive pose, yeah.
You get full-on Saturday Night Fever going before.
Yeah, what'd I say? Saturday Night Live?
No, you said Staying Alive.
Oh, Staying Alive.
I said Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, there you go. The song from that movie. That's right. And that's what it looks like. But, man, he's done everything but dance around the zone. I mean, he's all over the place.
Well, that breaking ball coming in on the hands and down toward the feet. Dene goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts after the solo home run.
Yes, strikes out Evans on the fastball, cutter in. Now Dene sees that, comes up with 2 strikes, thinking he's going to get the same thing, but Norby just drops it low and out of the zone. And if you can't pick up the spin on that slider, you're going to think it's a fastball. You're going to swing right through it.
The 1-0. This ball lifted in the air out to left. Peltier going back to the track, to the wall. That's a second home run in the inning. This time it's Blake Sear with a solo shot. His 8th home run of the year. And Florida chipping away a little bit here in the bottom of the 4th.
Two home runs sandwiched by 2 strikeouts. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Sear with his 8th home run of the year, and gets it out in that wind stream out to left field. Shows you the power that this Gator offense has. They're certainly capable of coming back. Still a long way to go, down by 7.
Now the offense is part of the equation. The other part of it is they've got to figure out a way to calm down these East Carolina bats. 9 runs through 4 innings for ECU, but a couple of solo shots here for Florida.
Yeah, and you're right. That's the issue. It's not how much you give up to Florida right now. It's just the fact that Florida has not been able to slow this East Carolina offense down.
This ball hit on the right side out to second base. Spur us over to Irby to end the inning. 2 home runs in the inning for the Gators. 13 now allowed on the year by Norby. Brendan Lawson, Blake Sear, both going deep. It's now 9-2 after 4.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Hey, did you make that appointment?
Oh, I'll do it when we get back.
Yeah. Not the bear.
Say, you good?
Or we'll do it now.
At Terminix, we keep pests out of your home and your head. And if they come back, we'll come back. Guaranteed. Before worry shows up, Terminix it.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Yeah.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty.
75 years ago, College World Series moved to Omaha. It's gone from Rosenblatt Stadium to the big ballpark right there on the river now, Tennessee, in search of a second consecutive national championship. 13 teams from the SEC. SEC breaking the record that it set a year ago when 11 teams got in. And my goodness, have we got some stars to watch in the postseason. You got the SEC Player of the Year. Mason Neville's been outstanding. Alex Lodice has had an incredible year at Florida State. Gators going back to the bullpen. This time it's Caden McDonald making his 20th appearance of the year. The freshman from Tampa, 6'3", 200 pounds.
Hasn't been beaten 4-0 on the year. Uses his slider as much as he does his fastball. The 27 innings, 29 strikeouts. Tough call for Caden McDonald in this game. He's facing a team that's already pretty confident. Pinning 9 runs on the Gators in the first 4 innings. They'll be facing 2, 3, and 4 in this lineup.
Each of the first 3 pitchers for Florida went an inning and a third. Peterson, the starter, an inning and a third, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. McNeely gave up 2 earned runs in an inning and a third. Rowland gives up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, also in an inning and a third. 9-2 our score. Florida trying to climb their way back into this game. Got a couple of solo home runs in the bottom of the 4th. Todd Walker, Richard Cross coming to you from Conway, South Carolina. Winner of this game will meet the winner of tonight's game between Coastal Carolina, the host here in Conway, and the Fairfield Stags out of the MAC. This ball ripped out into right field. 12th hit of the ball game for East Carolina. Williams was the only Pirate in the lineup not to have a hit. That is no longer the case. ESPN is the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals for around-the-clock multi-game coverage. Scan the QR code that we're going to plug on your screen right there. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. Open up the camera app on your phone, and your phone will do all the rest. It'll give you a link to tap on, and we'll take you to Squeeze Play. John Collins squaring early to bunt, and he takes the pitch for ball 1. Snap thrown out in time to first. Williams with the leadoff single off of new pitcher in the game, Caden McDonald. This one popped up on the right side. Nadeau moving over and makes the catch. There's one away.
4th time through the lineup for East Carolina. We're in the top of the 5th. Dixon Williams. I just don't know there's a whole lot that Florida can do. Sometimes you catch teams that are just swinging the bat with confidence, 1 through 9. They feel pretty good about themselves, feeding off of one another, and they've carried this in from the tournament. That's why every regional is dangerous, because every automatic bid that got in are on a hot streak and have been winning. And East Carolina is one of those teams.
First pitch strike to Riley Johnson. Johnson's got a single and a score to run today. North Carolina and Holy Cross playing in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels up 4-0 in that ball game. They're delayed in Athens, delayed in Clemson. Cincinnati with a 3-0 lead over Wake Forest in the Knoxville Regional. Next round of games will get started about 15 minutes from right now. Ball a strike. Curious which you would prefer. When you're the host, a regional host, you have the option of whether you want to play the early game or the late game. You've got a lot of coaches that choose to play the early game, even as the 1 seed. You avoid potential weather issues and the possibility of having 3 games or 2 games on day 2. Or you play the home game at night in front of usually a bigger and raucous crowd.
And I think that's why Coastal chose to do that tonight. I mean, it is going to be crazy here. People get off work, they come to the game on a Friday night. Most teams prefer to do it during the day. Texas, of course, playing the first game in their regional in Austin. And it's to give the guys more rest, albeit not much. But a lot of guys prefer that. And if you win that day game on Friday, you get the night game on Saturday. There's a lot of time in between those two, as opposed to playing a night game, getting in late, and just not getting enough rest in some cases. And especially if you lose the night game, you got to turn around and play a day game. That's tough too.
2-2 pitch runs inside, and the count now full to Riley Johnson. North Carolina hosting Chapel Hill, playing the early game. You mentioned Texas in Austin. They're playing Houston Christian, the 4 seed. We'll keep an eye on that one, won't you?
Half an eye on that one, yeah.
First count pitch. Chopper to the right side, a throw to second in time to get the lead runner. Lawson had to come way off the bag, and he decided to go to second for that lead runner.
High school shortstop Brennan Lawson just hit the home run earlier. Makes a nice play over into second base. The dirt's playing a little slow now, so that slide, it didn't seem like he had much carry on that slide. Kind of held him up a little bit, and that may have cost him.
So a fielder's choice for Riley Johnson. Second time he's reached base that way. They get the lead runner, and Florida trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time today, as McDonald drops a strike in on Colby Wallace to start the at-bat. McDonald working here in the 5th inning.
You know, but you mentioned Houston Christian, so now with my son playing there, I've kept an eye on the mid-major and how difficult it actually is to just get into the field of 64. I mean, you basically have to win your tournament. And for 11 teams in the Southland Conference, Houston Christian, the only team that got in, for example. But I've now paid close attention to how it works. And the whole process of, you know, playing 3 months just to get a 1 seed, to play a 8 seed, for example, in your tournament, I don't know if that's enough benefit for the 3 months of work you put in. The automatic bids come from the week-long tournament you play at the end.
1-2 pitch, and the dirt gets away from Dene, and so Riley Johnson will go to second on the wild pitch. Fairfield, who we will see in tonight's game against Coastal Carolina, is the only team from the MAC that has ever gotten in as an at-large team. That was back in 2021. Team that finished with a 38-3 record. They did not win the MAC conference tournament, but did get an at-large that year.
Yeah, 2021. This
right,
year,
the 2021.
This year
they're the automatic.
Sure. And they had to score a run in the 9th and a run in the 10th against Ryder, who won the regular season in the MAC, just to get in. So that's my point. Is like, you know, your 3-4 month season comes down to 15 minutes, and it can change at the end of those tournaments.
Out to shallow right field, making a diving catch. Nadeau takes away a hit, and for the first time today, ECU does not score in an at-bat. We'll visit with Cliff Godwin when we come back. ECU in front, 9-2.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. No, I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are
The Gators, as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Cliff Godwin, head coach of East Carolina, joins us right now. And, Coach, we'll get to offense in a second. I want to ask about your starting pitcher, Ethan Norby. He gives up the 2 long balls, but, man, he's looked in control so far.
Yeah, we've played really good defense behind him, too, but he's gotten ahead of the hitters. Obviously, the wind's blowing out, so you don't feel comfortable with any lead.
Cliff, you were a hitter. 2001, you hit 15 home runs, 300 for this East Carolina team. It must have been whatever you told them that they banged out 12 hits so far in this game. What has been the secret formula for your group this week?
They've just had good focus and a good plan and just put together tough at-bats.
Well, one more thing for you. You talked to us yesterday about your team playing loose. After a tough regular season, they played loose in the conference tournament. You got to be pleased with what you've seen in terms of kind of the way they've come to the ballpark today.
Yeah, we got nothing to lose, man. We're playing on house money.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Cliff Godwin, head coach of East Carolina. Quick answers there.
Yeah, straight and to the point, but, I mean, they've been playing with house money, and they're rolling.
But, I mean, he used the phrase house money there. Yesterday he told us 2 weeks ago we're dead in the water. They know that the only route to the postseason is to win the conference tournament. They go and they do that in 4 games, including knocking out Tulane, who had won the previous 2 American Conference tournaments, and keeping the Green Wave out of the postseason.
Yeah, and they went 13-14 in their conference, and so Cliff Godwin's trying to find ways to motivate them, trying to get them back to an elite level, which they're playing at today. And he talked about playing wiffle ball. He tried all of these other things, and it just wasn't working. But it seems like the 1983 Survive and Advance with NC State seemed to have been the key formula there.
Ashton Wilson able to hold up there. Peel down to first base, and Alan Gorwitz said did not go around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Ashton Wilson steps in facing Ethan Norby. On the ground, slow roller to short. Williams fields it, throws on the run, and there's 1 out.
Williams has looked good at short. Only 8 errors this year, and comes in, catches that cleanly, and nice accurate throw over to first base. It's amazing how one side of the ball affects the other. You know, you start getting some confidence offensively, and you go out on defense, you just play better. And the opposite's true. That's why, you know, we always had to be ready for the first inning. Make a big play in the first inning, you all of a sudden feel better about yourself at the plate.
Talking about 1 seeds, hosts playing the early game. Arkansas, LSU, Florida State, UCLA, all playing the first game of the day. When you were a player, did you prefer being in that early time slot, or did you want that nighttime crowd?
Well, we already talked about all the reasons, but I think the main reason is you play the night game for the fans, and then you lose. You got to turn around the next morning, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and get up here and play another game in a loser's bracket. I think that's the biggest deal. You know, you don't want to think about losing, but that's a possibility. Other than that, it gives you more time. If you do play the day game, you don't play until the next night. And most teams that have that chance to you know, for that option, choose to take the day game.
This ball lobbed out into center field, a base hit. Like Landon Stripling hits just a little controlled cut shot over the second base bag. 3rd hit of the game for Florida. So 2 solo home runs and now a single from Landon Stripling in the 8 hole.
Well, it's a good word, control. I mean, that's some of the best hitters are always under control. You don't overswing. It's probably about a 85-90% cut at the baseball. When the wind's blowing in, I had a tendency to try to overswing a little bit. Right now, it's kind of right to left, just a little bit. Big ballpark.
9-hole hitter Justin Nato, who made the diving catch out at second base to end the top of the 5th. Struck out his first time, batting for the 2nd time of the day. Strikeout was in the 3rd inning. Goes through that fastball. The count goes to 1-1. Yeah, the other piece of that conversation about when do you play as a host is if you're a 1 seed playing a 4 seed, do you throw your best pitcher, your ace, in game 1, or do you hold them for that 2-3 winner? One ball, 2 strikes. Or excuse me, 2 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 down in the inning. And I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer to that question about holding your ace.
There
right?
is if you get beat. If you throw your 2 or 3 and you get beat, now you got your ace in a loser's bracket game with all that wind out of the sails. I don't like that situation at all.
Full count. Strike 3 called. Nato goes away looking. 5th strikeout of the game for Ethan Norby.
He just continues to roll. Gave up the 2 home runs, like you said, but that is a perfect lefty on lefty. Ball moving away, and as a left-handed hitter, that ball looks a lot farther away than it actually is, and he catches the corner for the 2nd out.
And I shorted Norby 1. That's strikeout number 6.
You know, to your point, Arkansas started Jimenez today. Aiden Jimenez. So
holding Root for game 2.
If Root is in fact their ace now, I don't know, and so that's part of it too. LSU, for example, has 2 number 1s, so they don't have as much of a decision to make. Either or could go on the first night. But a few years ago when Paul Skeens pitched for LSU, they threw him against Tulane. Tulane came into the regional with a losing record, and so that was a big controversy. Of course, it worked out. That was 2023 when LSU went ahead and won the whole thing.
This ball out into center field, a base hit for Bobby Bozer. The Gators have a couple of base runners now with 2 down in the inning, and Brendan Lawson coming to the plate.
All right, what would a 3-run homer do here for the Gators?
Would that change the way this game feels?
And this is when home runs matter. It's not that you bang out 5 or 6, pumps in the middle week game. It's now when you need it. And 2-hole Brendan Lawson's already gone deep his last at bat. Has a chance to get the Gators back in it here.
Meeting on the mound, quick conversation with Ethan Norby. Came into this game 7-5 with an ERA of 3.81. You look at the pitch count today, 2-1, strikes to balls. Did not give up a hit through the first 3 innings. Gave up solo home runs, a pair of them in the 4th, and the first one came off the bat of Brendan Lawson.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this guy already. He's going to play in the big leagues one day, and that's why. Opposite field pop, he already has power to the pull side when he gets the barrel out, but how about when he lets the ball travel, sits back on that slider, off speed, and just drills it deep left field. Brendan Lawson with his 10th home run of the year, hitting over 300.
Ground out to start the inning from Wilson. Stripling singled into center. Nato went down looking, and then Bozer singled out into left center field. Inside ball 1 to Brendan Lawson. 1 for 2 in the game. Picked up his 58th RBI of the year and is now double digits in home runs.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time believing he sees many fastballs in this at bat. Ethan Norby throws 40% sliders in a normal situation. That number is going to have an uptick in this at bat.
Two hits by right-handers, 2 hits by left-handers. 2-0. That drifts in for strike 1. Just missed for ball 3. Came with the fastball, but working down and away with it. Brendan Lawson ahead of the count, 3 balls and a strike.
And if you're Brendan, now you're thinking, I got to guess right here. I've got to get a chance to hit a home run, which would be slider for me. I would have done the same thing.
Dead. It's a fastball over the heart of the plate. Lawson takes it and the count full.
I'm still sitting slider.
Look at that, 5 home runs this year with runners in scoring position for Brendan Lawson. He goes down on strikes. What a strikeout for Norby. 2 in the inning. And he gets one at a huge moment. 7 strikeouts today for Ethan Norby.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
When businesses thrive, so do our communities.
My name is Oscar Zavaleta. I'm the principal for the Montes Group. I just knew that I wanted to be the person that made the decisions. Without Bank of America, the growth of our company would have been difficult. The way I look at it is Bank of America is one of my partners.
Unlock new possibilities for your business and community. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Again to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Going back to the MAC tournament, this was Fairfield needing drama late, and they got a home run. Exactly what the Stags needed. And then in the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th, able to squeeze it for the final out. Fairfield punching its ticket to the postseason. We'll see the Stags tonight against Coastal Carolina, scheduled for a 6 o'clock Eastern time start.
Second to Ryder in the MAC regular season, lost by a couple games. Beto got beat twice by Ryder at the end of that season, but Beto turned around, beat Ryder in the tournament twice. And Fairfield with the home run in the 10th, top of the 10th, to get him in this tournament.
Freshman had 2 hits in the MAC tournament. Both of them were long balls. Strike there, 2-1. Now to Austin Irby. Irby batting in the 7-0. He's got a couple of hits in the game, including RBI double. He hits this one in the air out to right center field. Yost, the center fielder, on the run, and it gets out of the ballpark. Austin Irby with his 10th home run of the season. That ball just kept going. Might have gotten helped by the wind a little bit. 3rd hit of the game for Austin Irby. Leadoff solo shot here in the top of the 6th. 382-foot blast, and that's going to bring Kevin O'Sullivan out to the mound.
Have a day, Austin Irby. Single, double, home run. He's a triple away from the cycle. 3 hits on the day. The bottom third of this lineup has been incredible. 5 hits. They've scored 5 runs, 2 doubles and a home run. Austin Irby with a big play defensively to end the 3rd, and wow.
Gators going back to the bullpen. We'll tell you a little bit more about Alex Philpott when we come back. It's East Carolina in front, 10-2 over Florida.
We see plenty of summer days in triple digits, and we knew that the Trex material was going to be a little cooler, but was shocked how much cooler it is.
Trex, the #1 performance-engineered decking and railing brand for your life outdoors.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Excuse me, play you for those ultras? Well, we're kind of high level.
Fascinating.
Play for those ultras? Ultras?
They got ultras.
I smell ultra.
That was fun.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening.
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Austin Irby hitting in the 7-hole today, and, well, let's start with the defense. He made that inning-ending catch in foul territory, and how about a 3-for-4 day at the plate?
Man, he's been good. Struck out his first time up, probably thinking, man, it's going to be a rough day. Single, double, and then this home run to right center field in this inning to start it off. I mean, it's just been quite a thing to keep this Pirate offense down in this game. They've scored in every inning but the 5th so far. And Austin Irby out of the 7th spot just keeps it going.
Florida was able to chip into the 9-run deficit with a couple of runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. No scoring for either team in the 5th, and here in the top of the 6th, East Carolina has added to the lead as Alex Philpott makes his 21st appearance of the year. 3-4, 7.5 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 16 walks.
Yeah, that's one of the guys they use out of the bullpen. Now it becomes a deal where, are we going to save pitching for the rest of the tournament? Alex Philpott, one of the dudes with 35 innings pitched. The numbers are good, except for the ERA, 43 strikeouts, only the 16 walks. Pump it up 95, 96. Really good against right-handed hitters, only hit 222.
Just missed there. 1 ball and 1 strike to the 8-hole hitter, Alex Peltier. Been on base a couple of times, walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Had the big 2-run double in the 4th inning. One ball and 2 strikes down to Peltier in the 8-hole. Foul tip held on to by Dene for a strikeout. Philpott gets a strikeout of the first batter that he faces in the ball game.
You see the cut action on that fastball at 94, 95 from Alex Philpott, moving away from the right-handed barrel. That's what makes it difficult for these hitters.
Only 4 strikeouts today for Florida pitchers combined. Peterson had 1. McNeely had 1. Rowland had 1, and now Philpott's got 1.
It's always tough facing these taller pitchers because, first of all, they're creating tilt with that fastball, so they're creating a little more angle on that 10-inch mound. And he's 6'6" and throwing from over the top. But it also, as a hitter, it may give the visual these a little closer, so it kind of made me a little jumpy facing these tall, big guys. And, of course, Philpott can bring the noise, too, at 95, 96. So, it just, you got to really tell yourself as a hitter to stay under control and really see the baseball. Otherwise, you get out in front.
You faced Randy Johnson, didn't you?
Yeah, that wasn't fun either, yeah. I mean, 6'7", 6'8", and I was a left-handed hitter, and he's from the left side. So already, the reaction time's cut down, lefty-on-lefty matchup, and then he's throwing those sliders away from you. I don't know that I ever really saw a pitch, but, yeah, I faced him.
Just kind of throw it out there and hope to get lucky?
Just pick which pitch you're going to swing at, yeah, and hope he throws it over the plate.
Full count with 1 out in the inning to the 9-hole hitter, Walker Barron. And Barron takes high for ball 4. Our bracket here in Conway, South Carolina. This is obviously the early game. Tonight you get Coastal Carolina. The Chanticleers hosting here at Springbrook Stadium. And they've got Fairfield out of the MAC. Really enjoyed visiting with Fairfield yesterday. Watching them had a thunderstorm that popped up in the middle of the time that they were supposed to be on the field practicing. And so they were kind of relegated to the batting cages, but you almost, I think, got hit by lightning.
You know how you see the lightning, and then you count to when you hear the thunder.
No time to count.
No time to count. It must have hit right outside that cage, man. Yeah, I had toenails and fingernails on the ceiling.
Top of the order, Brandon Burris, 2 for 2. He's been on base all 4 times. And he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. But enjoyed visiting with the Stags, and that's a confident baseball team. It's a veteran baseball team. And a coach that's been around for a long time, and they are thrilled to be back in the postseason for the first time since 2021.
Yeah, Bill Currier, been around a long time. Coached at Vermont for, 21 years, and now at Fairfield. He was a 6th-round pick out of the Phillies in the early 80s. Out there throwing BP yesterday. The Fairfield run has been great. 3 straight MAC championships, and then they're playing Coastal, who's on a heater. 18 games in a row for Coastal Carolina.
Second longest winning streak in the country. Coastal, a good baseball, coming off Sun Belt Conference tournament title. They beat Southern Miss in the championship game, and for a lot of college baseball fans, disappointing unbalanced schedule in the Sun Belt, and so Coastal and Southern Miss did not play a series in the regular season. Took getting to the championship game to see each other.
Well, and it was Fairfield a few years ago against, I think it was the 21 season you're talking about. They got walked off by Arizona State in the first game.
Right.
Turned around and beat them to go to the championship. Ran out of pitching against Texas, but made a deep run in that regional a few years ago.
Got to the regional final in Austin in 2021. Talking about Fairfield. They beat Southern University in an elimination game and then turned around and eliminated Arizona State. Got to that regional final and lost to the Longhorns there in Austin. 3-1 to Burris. Gets it in the air, first base side, out of play. Oh, nice catch in the stands. Work on the top row, the lower level there. Full count pitch, runner goes. It's fouled back.
I like that. And it's not necessarily to steal the bag. It's just that you trust that your hitter's going to put it in play. So as the runner, you're not necessarily trying to get a big jump. You just take off when the pitcher releases the baseball. And it's just to try to stay out of the double play.
They are just underway in Austin with Houston Christian and Texas meeting in the opening round game, first game of the day. Dish Falk Stadium. Runner went, no second, doesn't matter because that's ball 4, and so first and second with 1 down for East Carolina here in the top of the 6th inning, and here comes Kevin O'Sullivan again.
Well, at this point, it's managing your pitching staff, so you'll have Alex Philpott maybe for tomorrow. Caden McDonald threw 20 pitches. You could reasonably assume he could come back, and you start looking at who you've used today in terms of who you can use tomorrow and Sunday. But when you're this far behind, start becoming a little more realistic about saving arms so you don't blow everybody out today.
So Florida making a pitching change. Christian Rodriguez is coming into the game for the Gators. Talking about that regional in Austin, well, they had some work to do yesterday at Dish Falk Stadium. Wednesday night, big line of storms with heavy wind came through and blew over the batter's eye in straightaway center field. It kind of knocked part of the wall over there. They had a big mess, and they were able to put it all back together, repair that, and now they're playing baseball in Austin. (10-2) East Carolina leads as Christian Rodriguez comes into the game for the Florida Gators. This East Carolina team lost a bunch of pieces from a year ago. 7 of the 9 starters in the everyday lineup gone. 31 newcomers when they began camp this year. Pretty significant injuries along the way, and yet they find their way back into a regional, and they find themselves up 8 in the 6th inning.
Yeah, they were swept by North Carolina back in February. They beat Virginia Tech. They lost 2 of 3 to Tulane during the regular season, but beat them in the final of the tournament. And they finished 5th in the regular season. American Athletic Conference, like we mentioned, UTSA won that regular season. They're down there in that Austin regional. They lost 2 of 3 to Coastal back on middle of March, but East Carolina has been battling through this year, and of course Cliff Godwin, the leader of that group, into 8 regionals, 4 supers, twice to Omaha with different teams, and it's been around and somehow got this team playing at the right time.
Incredibly passionate fan base surrounding this East Carolina team. Clark LeClaire Stadium, their home ballpark, one of the more difficult places to play in college baseball. It's not the biggest stadium in the country by any stretch, but they are right on top of you there at ECU. You may remember that Texas Super Regional from a couple of years ago, and Cliff Godwin was talking to us about that yesterday. So, man, he said it's hard to describe just how loud it was in the stadium, and of course Texas able to advance to Omaha that year. This is the 35th regional appearance all time and the 9th under Cliff Godwin. He's in his 11th year as head coach. There was no postseason in 2020. 2017, the only time that they've missed the postseason.
You know, as pitching coach, Austin Knight was there at Ole Miss in 2014 when they went to the College World Series. And
catcher on that Ole Miss team?
Yeah. Yeah, and so 9 regionals under Godwin, like we mentioned. Earned regional bids, 21 last 26, and that's East Carolina. So, I mean, he's really done a fantastic job for that program, and you always expect them to be in the postseason.
So Christian Rodriguez into the game for the Florida Gators. It is another right-hander, and that's because they've only got right-handers in the bullpen. Injuries have kind of reshaped what the bullpen looks like, and so the only lefty on this staff that's available for Florida is here's Coppola, and we're going to see him as a starter.
Yeah, heavy fastballs to left-handed hitters, about almost 80%. 94, 95, see the change up at 73. You're right, I mean, they lost Frank Menendez early in the year, the left-hander. Chris Coppola just came back, but they're holding him for a starting role either tomorrow or the next day. They really don't have a lefty on the staff, and so they don't have a whole lot of matchup opportunities. But again, right now it's just kind of relegating the staff so you'll have something left for tomorrow.
3 balls and no strikes to Jack Herring. A couple of hits for Herring today. He's driven in a pair of runs, up to 26 driven in on the season. 3-0. There's a fastball strike at 90. From Rodriguez. That misses. That is 3 straight walks by Florida pitching to load the bases for East Carolina. The NCAA Regionals coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships.
And this is why Florida started out 1-11 in the conference. They just walked too many batters, too many free passes. They've always played pretty good defense under Kevin O'Sullivan, but the walks and the hit by pitches just bit them early. And then they make the run where they won 15 out of 20 SEC games, and they were throwing strikes and they were confident. And now it seems like they're back to their old self.
5 walks and a couple of hit batters. Infield fly rule in effect on that ball just on the edge of the grass for the second out of the inning. Dixon Williams is retired. And now Rodriguez has a chance to get out of the inning with no damage. And the leadoff solo home run from Austin Irby. 382-foot shot over the right center field wall. John Collins, the DH, at the plate. base 3 times. Fielder's choice, base hit, and reached on an error. Collins chases the fastball up over the belt. Got the 94 from Rodriguez. 8-run lead for East Carolina in the top of the 6th inning. Florida, the home team. Gators 12 outs to work with, but as we were talking about earlier, it's a combination. Right? They got to score a bunch of runs, and they've got to stop the scoring from ECU.
5th time through the lineup for East Carolina. Everybody has reached base at least twice, except for the 6-0 Kobe Wallace.
This ball hit high and deep to left field, but it's foul.
That ball is hammered.
Way out of the ballpark. You may have seen on that shot a second. I told you earlier about the tall kind of barstool height Adirondack chairs that line the outfield. The umbrellas at the top of the berm, that might even be better. You know, we're only about 15 miles from Myrtle Beach here in Conway. And they just bring the beach to the ballpark, right? You got the big comfortable chairs with the umbrellas if you'd like. Three-quarter swing strike out there for Rodriguez. A big out for Florida. Coastal Carolina leaves them loaded, but adds a run.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
This is wild. I can't believe this.
Let's take it from the top. You love cleaning this counter.
What?
In fact, Clorox's latest experiment proved you enjoyed it more than a manicure.
I don't even know myself anymore.
Rethink what makes you feel good.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. No, I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I can say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG, June 20th.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ethan Norby still on the mound for East Carolina. Every batter in the lineup today for the Pirates has at least one hit. Norby 7 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. Those 2 runs that he's allowed, both solo home runs. Sandwiched around a pair of strikeouts in the 4th inning. Lawson and Sear with solo home runs. This is Ty Evans to start things off for the Gators in the 6th. He's 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Strike there to Evans. Count goes to 2-1. Evans hits this one way up in the sky, out to center field. Johnson, plenty of time, and now he's moving to his right and back a little bit. Wynn may have played. Wynn kind of played havoc with that one, but able to make the catch. How about this day by Ethan Norby?
Almost 70% strikes on both the fastball and the slider. Throwing that middle end fastball to the left-handers, working away from him as well. He's been under control and just blowing fastballs by these hitters when they know it's coming. So there's some deception in there as well. And Ethan Norby, like we expected, has been on point.
Just 4 hits allowed today by Norby, left-hander for East Carolina. That was pitch number 86 of the day. He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Brody Dene. Hitless today with a ground out and a strikeout. Still delayed in Athens. Binghamton and Georgia playing game 1 of the Athens Regional. They have now set a start time for Kentucky and West Virginia. That's in the Clemson Regional, so the rain appears to have stopped there. They're going to get going at 2:45 Eastern time, about 20 minutes or so from right now. Strike 3 called. Dene goes away looking. Second time today that he has struck out. And the 8th punch out for Ethan Norby.
Well, I was talking about, you don't really know unless you're in the box, but sometimes it's just tough to pick up. That ball looks high to Dene, out of the hand, and then just comes back over the waist and over the plate. A lot of some weird looks coming from Ethan Norby, and it gets Brody Dene looking hard.
And a first pitch strike to Blake Sear. Sear hit his 8th home run of the season back in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 today with a ground out and that solo home run. Cincinnati leading 8-3 over Wake Forest in the Knoxville Regional. Sear lifts this one in the air to left. Peltier went back, now will come forward and make the catch. And the Gators go 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. Ethan Norby cruising with an 8-run lead.
We see plenty of summer days in triple digits, and we knew that the Trex material was going to be a little cooler, but was shocked how much cooler it is.
Trex, the #1 performance engineered decking and railing brand for your life outdoors.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen!
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew, what kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalashvili, the Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison!
I will be champion.
A group of Pirates fans here in Conway, and they are having plenty of fun hanging out with the village people here as we go to the 7th inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Solo home run in the 6th inning. 10 runs on 13 hits today for East Carolina. Florida was 2 solo home runs in the 4th. That's been the only offense today for the Gators. Rodriguez back out here to start the 7th inning as Riley Johnson, Colby Wallace, and Austin Irby are the scheduled hitters for ECU. Alongside Todd Walker, Richard Cross with you. Conway, South Carolina. Had some Coastal fans that are just kind of hanging out at the ballpark. Low tension level for them right now. That probably rises a little bit around 6 o'clock tonight. This ball ripped out to right field by Riley Johnson. Todd, one of the things today about this East Carolina offense, when there have been pitches over the heart of the plate, they haven't missed.
That's what happens when you're locked in. They ran through the tournament like we've talked about, and they carried it into today. 14 hits. That's the second hit for Riley Johnson to the right side, and it really doesn't matter what part of the order you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 through 9, East Carolina has put about on the ball.
Colby Wallace got a hit and has driven in a run today. Runner goes, throw to second, one hopper, and it's dropped out at second base. I don't think it was going to be in time regardless, but
Riley Johnson remains perfect, 5 for 5 on stolen bases, and a bit of a weird angle coming into the slide at second base. Ball's dropped, doesn't matter. And East Carolina continues to put the pressure on Florida.
I always wondered when you've got a guy with a low number of steals, but he's perfect, why doesn't he run more?
Well, he's obviously picking spots. You know, you want to pick when there's an off speed coming. You don't want to steal with 2 outs and you know, a guy that's hot or a guy that's hit a lot of home runs behind you. You know, so there's certain times. But you're right. If you're perfect, you probably ought to give it a little more effort. But I don't know that East Carolina really needs that. They don't steal a ton. They got 70 bags on the year. You know, that's opposed to some other guys that have over 100 in the nation. So it's not a big part of their game, but they'll use it when they know they can make it.
Oh, another nice grab. Well, that was very nonchalant too. He went basket catch. Great catch, Hayes. Don't ever do that again.
Great movie.
2-2. Sacrifice fly for Wallace back in the first. Drive in a run. Fly out, single, the run scored, and a pop out. Got a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Full count. This one hit on the ground, fielded by Bozer. Runner moves up 90 feet.
Wallace does the job. Moves the runner over third with less than 2 outs. The ball was ripped right at Bozer. Nice job staying low and making play.
Well, look at this. Everybody in the starting lineup with at least 1 hit. You got 3 hits from Austin Irby. He's at the plate right now, and he's looking for a 3-bagger. He's got the single, got the double, got the home run. Just a triple shy of the cycle, and he takes ball 1.
And this is a big ballpark. You get a gap, especially in the right spot. You can get a triple out of this. Infield's in. Right now, all he's worried about is driving in that run. Put the ball in the outfield somewhere, create a little launch angle, make sure the pitch is up a little bit, put in the outfield.
The net above the third base dugout. Austin came into the game hitting .277, so he's helped out the batting average a little bit with a 3-for-4 day. Moved into double figures. He had home runs, 10 of them. The 3 hits ties his career high in a game. And he's up to 45 runs batted in this season. 2-1. Off the end of the bat out into right center field. That's not going to be a triple, but it is a 4-hit game, which is a new career high. And it drives the run in. It's now 11-2. East Carolina in front by 9.
Austin Irby came in this game, hit .277 with 9 home runs. They've hit him down what seems like he's hiding down in that 7 spot. Really good approach, balanced. He reaches out to find the barrel, pops that into right field. What a day for Austin Irby.
Kevin O'Sullivan's worn a path out between the dugout and the pitcher's mound today.
He just has to make sure everybody's available. So get him out on the mound, throw 20, 25 pitches, get him out of there. And that's the plan for Kevin O'Sullivan now that this game feels out of reach.
Florida going to make a pitching change. 7th pitcher of the game coming in for the Gators. East Carolina blitzed their way out of the gates. Started with a bunt single from Braden Burris. He stole a base, scored on a sacrifice fly. 2 runs in the first inning. Advanced to the 3rd inning. Just keeps swinging. Big 2-run single by Jack Herring. In the 4th inning, you had an RBI double from Austin Irby. You had the 2-run double from Peltier. That was after Florida hit those 2 solo home runs to try and climb back into it, but East Carolina's offense has just kept going.
Yeah, they've been special from the beginning. Popped them for 2 in the first, and I think that's what got them going. The confidence level rose. Now you see it 1 through 9, everybody coming to the plate, knowing that they can get a base hit. All of them have at least 1 base hit, 1 through 9 for East Carolina. 4 crooked numbers in this game. They've scored in every inning but the 5th.
So Florida back to the bullpen, and this time they bring in number 99. That's Carson Monstioka. Another one of those guys that looks the part. 6'3", 205 from Bowling Green, Florida, making his 8th appearance of the year for the Gators. Only 6 innings of work this year for Monstioka.
The greatest thing you got going is you're pronouncing that last name right.
Thank you.
It's pretty strong. Monstioka for Florida. Got an ERA. Scattered 11 hits in only 6 innings. But again, right now for Florida, it's just trying to figure out who they can use moving forward in this tournament and trying to fill some spots.
I cheated a little bit. Had a couple of games in the Ole Miss Florida series earlier this year. He pitched then. So Monstioka, the 7th pitcher of the game used by Florida. And it's, I think the points you made about trying to preserve the staff, a good one. You got 48 pitches out of Liam Peterson, the starter, and then McNeely went 39. Since then, it's been 32 for Rowland, 20 for McDonald, 18 for Philpott, 26 for Rodriguez.
So you could if they don't come back and use them tomorrow, all those guys could easily come back for Sunday.
But if something doesn't change pretty dramatically for Florida over their final 3 at-bats in this game, then they have that difficult task of trying to fight their way back through the loser's bracket. And we've seen it done, right? It happens, but it's very, very difficult. How about that, including the starter? No pitcher's gone more than an inning and a third today for the Gators.
Well, and that's by design, right? So again, just preserving. But if you go and lose a bracket, to your point, you got to win 4 games to roll this thing out. That's a lot in a 3-day span.
Strike 3 called. Monstioka records the strikeout there of Alex Peltier. Not sure that he thought that one caught the corner.
Too close. Again, you get 2 strikes on you, you got to expand the zone a little bit. My worst nightmare was letting that umpire call me out, so I learned to try to expand a little bit with 2 strikes and put that ball in play. You just have to be ready. Probably not my worst nightmare, but on the baseball field, I didn't like that to happen. There's far worse things that can happen.
So we talked about you facing Randy Johnson a little while ago. That's got to be up there.
Yeah, but it never was spooky like they're going to hit you. So I never was worried about getting hit, but it was just getting a hit is what you had to try to figure out. And it was extremely difficult against a guy like that. But
so more times in the big leagues than not, if you got hit, they meant to hit you. I'm not saying necessarily throwing at you.
No, there's such an emphasis now on not moving, so we'll talk about that later with Coastal Carolina. I think leading the nation. Kentucky I've had a few times this year with a bunch of hit-by pitches, and it's just staying still and staying in the box. When I was playing, I wanted to hit, first of all, but there wasn't an emphasis on staying there.
Walker Barron lifts it out to left field. Sear able to haul it in, the 3rd out of the inning. So Barron is retired. East Carolina adds a run. It's 11-2. Time to stretch at Coastal.
I feel that I have finally built something that I feel proud of. I feel that it was worth my money, and I know it's going to last for a long time.
Trex, America's most trusted outdoor decking.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening.
On June 20th,
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
we are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
Later this evening, Coastal Carolina and Fairfield will tangle here at Springbrook Stadium. Coastal Carolina, the number 1 seed, 13th seed in the overall bracket. Fairfield into the regional by winning the MAC tournament. Winner of that game will meet the winner of this game. Looking like it's going to be East Carolina. Boy, Jacob Morrison, the Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year, a perfect 11-0 with a sub-2 ERA. Cameron Fluke is who we'll see tonight for Coastal in the game against Fairfield. Eichhoff and Luke Jones as well. They got some good frontline arms on this Coastal squad.
Yeah, you expect a lot of offense out of a Coastal Carolina team. This year it's been pitching. And they lost their ace to start the year.
You'll be set. Aiden Yost leading off for the Gators here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Long way to go, short time to get there for this Florida Gators offense. Trailing by 9 with 9 outs to work with. That strike catches the corner. A Coastal Carolina team riding the second longest win streak in the country, 18 consecutive victories for the Chanticleers. Longest win streak in the country belongs to the Northeastern Huskies. 27 in a row.
Well, you mentioned it, and I don't guess they count for whatever reason, but the NAIA LSU Shreveport.
Well, the reason is they don't play in Division I, but
okay, but
58-0.
58-0 going for an NAIA national championship.
On the ground is short, fielded there by Williams. Steps and throws in time to get Hayden Yost for the first out in the bottom of the 7th.
Baseball's just not set up that way to win that many games. It's incredible. Probably one of the more incredible things in baseball I've seen in my lifetime. But yeah, Coastal Carolina riding a heater, playing well, 48 wins already. Remember, Tennessee won 60 last year to win the national championship. And that was an impressive run, Coastal on that same path.
Ethan Norby 2 pitches away from 100 here in the 7th inning. It's a foul ball there on pitch number 99 of the game. He's gone over 100 a couple of times this year through 109 against Wichita State, 103 against Coastal Carolina. Dealing with Ashton Wilson, 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. 1 to third, 1 to short. This one is grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Burris across his body. Pitch number 100 is another ground out. Wilson now 0 for 3, and they're 2 gone in the 7th.
Braden Burris has been fun to watch. Dude could flat out swing it. Been on base all 5 times today, and then that play up the middle on the run, accurate throw. Ethan Norby just continues to deal on this group. He's given up 2 runs and 4 hits, but the main thing he's done for that team is he saved that bullpen. So now throughout the rest of the tournament, they've got everybody available. So we're watching what's happening with Florida now, having to make those tough decisions. East Carolina doesn't have to make many decisions. Ethan Norby's made it for them.
There's a strike, 0-2 to Landon Stripling. Stripling has one of the 4 hits today for the Gators, batting in the 8th hole, singled in the 5th inning. That one just missed. 8 strikeouts in the game for Norby. 4 hits, only 2 runs allowed. And a strike 3 on the appeal to third base, and Eddie Newsome. Strikeout number 9 for Ethan Norby. East Carolina in front by 9.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Would you rather spend your summer like this?
Hey, Jim, how's your back?
Oh, you know.
I hear ya.
Or like this?
What's happening? Welcome. Allow me to adjust your gravity. I'm fine. Gravity on.
On June 20th, kick off your summer with
Elio.
Elio?
Elio.
You're more puny than I expected.
I could say the same about you. These are the lava tunnels. And I am not fireproof. Just get in my mouth. Actually kind of comfy in here.
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG, June 20th.
We can't get enough of the WNBA.
Dallas Wings select Paige Beckers.
With more stars and more heat than ever.
Ridiculous.
The WNBA on ESPN.
Welcome everyone to Omaha, Nebraska, home of the College World Series. 'Cause here I come, I wear it all on my sleeve, so everything you see shows you where I'm from. Bolts back and makes the catch. Somehow hung on. Back-to-back jacks. More. Can you believe it?
Last year it was 4-4, SEC and ACC. They won a national championship here at Coastal Carolina back in 2016. An incredible run for the Chanticleers. First pitch, fly ball out into left field. This is Brandon Burris, and that's the first time today that he has been retired. 5 straight College World Series titles for teams from the SEC by 5 different teams. Vandy in 21, Mississippi State, then Ole Miss, LSU in 2024, and last year it was Tennessee winning the national title. Really interesting there in 22-23, seeing Mississippi State and Ole Miss winning it all and then not qualifying for the postseason in each of the next 2 years.
Well, it's such a turnover in college baseball that you don't really, expect them to just dominate. Vanderbilt, of course, won it in 2019. Florida won it in 2017 and didn't get back till 2023. They lost to LSU in the College World Series final that year. But the SEC has dominated Omaha 6 out of 7, 5 in a row. And it's just been an impressive run. Now 13 teams in the regionals from the SEC.
And to your point, if that foul ball had been caught, it would be 7 in a row.
But again, the most impressive thing is by 7 different teams. You know, Arkansas made the final in 2018, but the other 6 that won it, I mean, the parity within the conference of the SEC is incredible.
And who knows what would have happened in the lost season of 2020.
Yeah, and we talked about Cliff Godwin again, like getting named, and when these jobs open up, he's one of the main names. He's had so much success, and he's very content where he's at. He loves East Carolina, obviously, played there. And you think about that in the day and age when you go to these big-time programs, like Mississippi State and, Lamonis, not too far removed from winning a national championship, and gets let go. And it's just tough at that level.
Jack Herring goes down on strikes, second out of the inning. So 3 seasons after winning it all, Mississippi State moves on. Been some reports and some rumors out there of the direction they may go, but nothing official yet. Mississippi State playing in the Tallahassee Regional. They get the challenge of facing that Northeastern team that's won 27 in a row to start things off.
All these regionals are fun to watch.
On the ground to first, fielded there by Lawson. And for the first time today, ECU goes 1-2-3. Fly out, strike out, ground out. 11-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Will you marry me?
Is that Hidden Valley Ranch? This is the most flavorful day of my life.
Easy squeezy Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
Let's go! The Rob Dwalish-Willie, the Sugar Show! Juliana Pena!
How are you going to beat me, Kayla?
Kayla Harrison!
I will be champion.
It's a 9-run lead for East Carolina, 11-2. Sometimes the underappreciated guys in a baseball program are the operations guys. They got to do the hotel reservations. They got to make sure the bus is where it's supposed to be. They got to make sure all the meals are done, plan all the travel. It's Eddie Losner's birthday today?
I did know that.
About 30 seconds ago, you learned it, didn't you? Eddie Losner is the ops guy for East Carolina baseball. And got word that his mother was hoping to hear his name on television today. So he's a Queens guy. Justin Nato the opposite way on the ground with the shift on for the 5th hit of the game for Florida. Nato there in the 9-hole, getting things started for the Gators. So happy birthday, Eddie. Hey, let's play the county fair game. You got to guess his age.
Oh, man.
Instead of guessing his weight, you got to guess his age.
Wow, put me on the spot, huh? Oh, he doesn't look a day over 30.
There you go. Turns out today's his 30th birthday.
There you go.
Hey, and Eddie's mom, happy birthday to you whenever your birthday comes up as well. Bobby Bozer, top of the order. He's been on base a couple of times. Got a change in right field for East Carolina. Davin Whitaker. He is now the right fielder for the Pirates. Big swing and a miss there from Bozer. There you see Whitaker. .110th pitch of the game coming right here. And it's high. Fastball at 91, which is about where the fastball was in the first inning.
Yeah, he seems to be getting stronger, definitely with his confidence, as we've gone along. A lot of pitches in this game, 110 for Ethan Norby.
Career high is 7 2/3 for Norby. Set a new career high with number of pitches, and he gets the punch out there. His 10th strikeout of the game.
And again, what's impressive is he's just blowing fastballs by these guys. Not more of a cut action on it, but these Florida hitters, they turn around fastballs. Doesn't matter how the velocity. And again, it's not like Norby's throwing 97, 98, but he has missed some bats with that fastball today. 10 strikeouts. We talked about his 19 strikeout game earlier in the year. I think that's one of the more impressive stat lines I've seen in baseball this year with no walks. So we knew he was going to be extremely accurate. We knew he could miss bats, but he's been on point today.
Lifted out of play left side. Seen a couple of great catches today by fans. That was not one of them. Not a great effort there, friend.
Well, you talked a lot about being out there. It's like being a day at the beach. You don't expect baseballs to come flying down on you on the beach.
You ever been around kids at the beach?
I have.
You better keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Brendan Lawson at the plate, behind the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Lawson had the solo home run in the 4th. 2-2 now to Lawson. Still disappointed you wouldn't get on the Ferris wheel last night.
No, I'm not a fan of the Ferris wheel. I always get stuck on top, where it stops for what seems like 30 minutes, and just not fun to me.
2-2 on the ground. That's up the middle for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Lawson. Nadeau going first to third, and he stumbled as he came around second base. Took a couple of steps to kind of regain his balance. The runners at the corners for Florida here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, we're seeing probably the end for Ethan Norby. If he gets to face this guy, this will be it, I'm sure, especially if he loses him. 116 pitches. What a performance today. Outstanding. 10 strikeouts, scattered the 6 hits. Only 2 runs were both home runs.
Barron going out to the mound to chat with Norby. Sometimes that is a precursor for a visit that's coming from the dugout as well. See any movement yet, though?
No, I don't see anything from the pen either. I mean, unless he's already hot.
There's Cliff Godwin, and that's going to do it for Ethan Norby. 116 pitches, 7 1/3, 2 solo home runs, and boy, he's going to get a big-time ovation from the ECU fans that are here in Conway, South Carolina.
Well, he just felt under control from the first pitch he threw. Ethan Norby, 7 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, both homers, the 10 strikeouts, and once again, no walks. And you just got to be impressed with how he was able to think along with the hitters, throw sliders in the dirt when he expected a swing and miss, throw it over the plate when he didn't, and the fastball was just dynamic today.
Norby going to hand the baseball off to Jake Hunter. Number 20 as the right-hander makes his way out of the bullpen, and listen to this crowd. .116 pitches, 10 strikeouts, 7 1/3, and likely pitching East Carolina into the winner's bracket game on Saturday. It's time for today's rewarding performance, brought to you by Capital One. We start with Ethan Norby.
Well, we talked about his accuracy both with the fastball and the slider, was able to freeze up some hitters when they looked fastball. That was a 3-2 pitch. He drops the slider on to end that inning. That was a big at bat. And then Austin Irby with this dynamic catch to end the third inning. 4 hits on the day, and just a couple stars showing up for the Pirates in this game.
4-hit ball game for Irby, a new career high. Number of pitches was a new career high for Norby. Take a look at the first baseman there for Pirates of East Carolina. 11-2, ECU in front. Florida has runners at the corners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gators down to their final 5 outs, though, in a big hole to try and climb out of. Ty Evans will be the first hitter to face Jake Hunter out of the bullpen. The senior making his 27th appearance of the year out of Rockwell, North Carolina.
Now the most appearances on the staff, Jake Hunter with his 27th. Equally as good both sides of the plate. Got a plus change up to the left-handers, throws the benders to the right-handers. And the stash might be the best thing about Jake Hunter.
Oh, yeah?
He's been really good out of the bullpen for ECU this year. Strong stash game.
You a big mustache guy?
No, not really. But I appreciate a good one when I see it.
Yeah. First and third, 1 down. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ty Evans. After the first pitch, fouls away the fastball. Fielder's choice strikeout and a fly out today for Evans, 0 for 3. Putting in the 3 spot in the order. 279 average coming into today's ball game. Battled injuries this season. And he hits this one off the glove of the shortstop, Williams. Nadeau comes home to score. First to third, Brendan Lawson. Assume that's going to be a base hit, an RBI single for Ty Evans. 7th hit of the game for the Gators.
Yeah, Williams has been really good in this game so far. This one, you know, this is kind of a do or die. You reach out and hope you can snag it. A little bit of a short hop. Williams not able to grab the handle on the slider. And the Gators scratch the third run across.
We know that this is a Gators offense. It's got plenty of long ball power in it. Seen a couple of solo home runs today from Lawson and Blake Sear. This is Brody Dene, who's got 17 this season. He takes strike 1 and didn't like it. Dene looking for his first hit of the game, 0 for 3. Big cut at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That was one to hit right there.
Swung right through it. You know, a lot of times you carry the last pitcher into this at bat, even though he's facing a different guy. You know, Norby was so dominant that it kind of shakes some of these Gator hitters. Swings right through the fastball.
He's off the elevated fastball.
And again, when you're on one side of the plate, like righty on righty, lefty, lefty, the reaction time's a little quicker. So you've been facing a lefty all game long. You're telling yourself to stay back, and now you got the right-handed heater coming at you. Difficult to catch up to.
The 1-2. First final of the day in regional play comes from Chapel Hill. North Carolina shutout victory, 4-0 over Holy Cross. A couple of guys tossing in the pen for East Carolina. They're right-handers. The 1-2. And he pops it up. Right side. Irby coming down the line. Now back into fair territory. Makes the catch. And the wind played a little havoc on that one. 2 down in the inning.
That's one as an infielder. You got to keep moving your feet. Somebody's around you. You got to wait for the communication. But nice job by Irby. Just trailing it the whole way. That ball's got serious spin on it coming back into the field of play. And if you stop your feet, that's when you lose it. A great defensive play from the first baseman, who we've already seen make a big play in this game.
Blake Sear, who's got a solo home run today. Bats with runners at the corners and 2 down in the bottom of the 8th.
Cliff Godwin has to play the same game now Kevin O'Sullivan does. You don't want to burn Jake Hunter for the rest of the tournament just by using him in an 8-run game. And so if it goes pretty clean, he'll finish it off, but if it gets in any kind of trouble, they'll try to keep his pitch count down and bring in somebody else.
Gave up the single, then got the pop-up for an out. Cincinnati leading 10-4 over Wake Forest in Knoxville. Still have not gotten started in Auburn. Stetson and NC State will be the first game of the day when they begin play at Plainsman Park. Texas has taken a 2-0 lead over Houston Christian. East Tennessee State and Louisville knotted at 2 in the 4th inning in Nashville. Appeal. Sear able to hold up. Strike and the count goes full now to Blake Sear. A number of spots that have already had to deal with delays. They are in a delay in Baton Rouge now. Little Rock and LSU. That time of the year where the thunderstorms just keep coming. Strike 3 called, a fastball right down the gut. Jake Hunter gets the strikeout. Sear goes away looking, and it's an 8-run lead as we go to the 9th.
We see plenty of summer days in triple digits, and we knew that the Trex material was going to be a little cooler, but was shocked how much cooler it is.
Trex, the #1 performance engineered decking and railing brand for your life outdoors.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
The UFL is the spring football league.
More of what you love.
The atmosphere, the intensity. Must see for every football fan. The United Football League. All season long on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
11-3 our score, East Carolina. What a day offensively for the Pirates. 11 runs, 15 hits, and in front by 8 over the Florida Gators. Ethan Norby, the starting pitcher, 10 strikeouts in 7 1/3. And East Carolina going to start things off with, looks like a pinch hitter for ECU, Roger Vergara. Breezy and beautiful right now in Conway, South Carolina. We're just going to hope that that continues through the afternoon and the evening. On the ground, right side. Vergara hit it hard, but right at Lawson, who steps on the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out. Riley Johnson, a couple of hits in the ball game, a pair of singles, been on base 4 times today. Richard Cross, Todd Walker with you. Florida in a spot where I know they're playing tomorrow. They're likely playing the early game tomorrow, but no idea who the opponent is going to be. Because who the opponent is matter.
Not the way ECU's playing right now. 6th time through the lineup for these guys. So if they wanted to feel comfortable in this environment, they've got plenty of opportunity today.
And then what about the Gators in that spot where they're going to be in win or go home mode for the rest of their stay here in Conway?
They've got 2 real dudes at the beginning of these next 2 games, unless they use Pierce Capola in a relief role behind Aiden King. But Aiden King, the freshman, has had a fantastic year. He'll go game 2. So you don't want to lose the first game, but Florida's in pretty decent shape with their starting pitching for the next 2.
Out to left field, Sear on the run, dives and makes the catch. Taking a little bit of a rounded route to that ball and then had to make up for it.
Hey, he made the play.
He did.
That's all that matters. It ended up in the glove, and a little bit of a rough read, but he recovered.
A circuitous route.
There you go. First time I've heard that.
Two down, top 9. How about Monstioka since coming in?
It's been good. And again,
strikeout and a flyout in the 7th. Retired East Carolina in order for the first time all day in the 8th. And has gotten the first 2 here in the 9th. And maybe 3. A basket catch by Lawson at first base. That is 8 in a row retired by Carson Monstioka. Florida needs 8 in the bottom of the 9th.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
I feel that I have finally built something that I feel proud of. I feel that it was worth my money, and I know it's going to last for a long time.
Trex, America's most trusted outdoor decking.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference, so you can use it even when you're driving. It's a no-brainer.
Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, is there life on other planets?
It's really happening!
On June 20th.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
This is the bathroom.
We are not
This is awesome!
alone.
Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. What kind of alien are you?
Disney and Pixar's Elio, rated PG.
11 runs, 15 hits for East Carolina. 3-7-2 today for the Florida Gators, who need an 8th spot to keep this game going here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Alongside Todd Walker and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Richard Cross. Glad to be with you for the start of regional play in Conway, South Carolina. Jake Hunter going to try and finish this one off for East Carolina. Little Tommy trumpets at the ballpark as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Oh, Edwin Diaz siding First pitch strike to Hayden Yost, leading things off for Florida in the bottom of the 9th. Yost, Wilson, and Stripling, the first 3 hitters scheduled for the Gators. Yost pops it up left side, foul territory. Wallace gives chase, but that one's going to be on the camera well and up into the berm area. Yost still flirting with that left side, sends another one down toward the kids. It's tough when you try and catch it with your hat.
That's a tough one, yeah.
He ended up with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, the end result is all he was looking forward to.
Not knock it down and smother it. Yost behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
It's really interesting how baseball works. East Carolina lost the series with UTSA, then lost the series to South Florida in the season. And all within that week, things changed. Won the American Athletic Conference 4 games in a row, including beating South Florida twice. And they scored about 30 runs in that tournament. And now here they are with another 11, 40 some odd runs in the last 5 games for Eastern Carolina. East Carolina.
Yeah, they're particular about that. It's East, not Eastern.
Why do we keep throwing the ERN on the end of that? You started it.
Out to left field. Peltier. 1 away.
Pretty smooth for the Pirates from the beginning.
Yeah, pretty low stress.
Yeah, low stress. Of course, your starting pitcher dominates like that, like Ethan Norby, then that's going to happen. Of course, Jake Hunter, their best arm out of the pen, comes in behind him. Pretty textbook for Cliff Godwin and how this first game should go.
Have you ever been on a team where it's pretty clear you didn't play your best baseball for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden there's kind of a spark, and you just start playing the game free and easy?
And that's what Cliff Godwin told us. He said they're playing relaxed right now, and it can happen in the first game of that tournament, like I mentioned, after they had lost 2 or 3 coming into the postseason. And ECU plays the first game of the tournament. It could be something as simple as just a bloop single, score a run somehow or another on an error. You immediately start to feel better about yourself in baseball when something good happens. And you can carry that on. And then, of course, baseball's all pitching. So if you can get the guys on the mound that can go, then you're going to win. We saw that today with East Carolina.
Florida down to its final out. Landon Stripling takes ball 1. Gators have got to regroup after this one. And as you mentioned, from a starting pitching standpoint, next couple of days look pretty good for Florida, and they're going to need it. They're also going to need the offense to come to life. Just 3 runs today for the Gators. 3-0 now.
Well, that is a funny way of changing too. I know individually as a hitter, they call it an average for a reason. So you only bang out 3 hits or 7 hits for Florida in this game. They're a better hitting ball club than they've shown today, even though they have popped a few home runs. And you start to look forward to the next day, because if you didn't hit well one day, it's going to even out. It's going to average out. Well, for Florida, they've got to pick themselves up. We mentioned at the beginning they lost their 2 best hitters coming into this game, and so they've just, they have built-in excuses all over the place if they want them. And so for them, they've got, Kevin O'Sullivan has to tell them, look, we're a good ball club. We've played that way the second half of the season, and we're 1 game away from the season being over, but you got to play with your hair on fire. Let's get after it, throw strikes. That was the biggest issue for them early in this game. And if you do that, the defense will play.
That's 5 in a row that have missed. And quick visit to the mound to talk to Jake Hunter as Justin Nadeau bats. Singleton scored in his last at bat. If Florida was going to be a let's make excuses team, you feel like they probably would have done that when they were 1-11 in the SEC.
No, and it's about that time that I talked to Kevin O'Sullivan on the phone for about an hour, and he said we are going to, and you know this coming from that group, they are going to fight. He didn't know where this would lead, and it ended up leading in a positive direction. But he, at the time, was clearly frustrated, but he was going to fight him. He's been in the postseason every year he's been there. 9 of the last 16 years he's taken his teams to Omaha. Won it in 2017, and Florida's had great teams every year. So for that to be the first national championship in Florida history is pretty impressive, and Kevin O'Sullivan got him there.
Ball and a strike to Nadeau, and now that's first strike, so now 1-1. Nadeau 1 for 3. He lines this one the opposite way. That's a base hit into the corner. Stripling Going to stop at third base. A two-out double for Justin Nadeau. He's got a two-hit game. And the Gators said, we're not quite done yet. A pair of base runners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning for Florida.
They have popped a lot of doubles, 120 doubles for Florida. And Justin Nadeau with 2 hits out of the 9 spot. 6, 7, 8 haven't even got a hit, except Stripling got a hit back in the 5th. 1 hit in the bottom half of this order, but Justin Nadeau has done a great job of turning this lineup over with 2 hits in the last 2 at-bats.
This ball is hit high. It's hit deep to left field. If it's fair, it is way gone. That is a 3-run home run for Bobby Bozer, his 17th of the year. What a swing by Bozer. .422-foot blast for Bozer for his 17th home run. That matches Brody today, who's also got 17.
That ball was popped up in the zone above the waist, and he got the barrel out in front, and just perfect connection to left field. Blasted for a 3-run homer for Bobby Bozer. And if you're Cliff Godwin, you got to start wondering how long you leave Jake Hunter out there. Again, you don't want to burn him today. You might need him later in this tournament. But they're 1 out away.
First pitch strike to Brendan Lawson, who has a home run today. 5-run ball game now, 11-6. East Carolina in front. Right-hander in the bullpen for East Carolina. At this point, they'd like to see Jake Hunter finish this game. And he's a strike away from doing that now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, is there anything to a run in the 8th and 3 runs in the 9th and carrying over a little momentum?
I think so, and exactly what I said. I mean, you're not going to keep this team down forever. They hit almost 300 as a group. They can swing it. Norby did a fantastic job.
On the ground to second, fielded there by Burris. Over to Irby, and East Carolina takes game 1 and will advance to the 1-0 game tomorrow. Don't know who they're going to play, but a really, really impressive performance by Cliff Godwin's team today, starting with Ethan Norby on the mound.
He was fantastic. 7 1/3 to 10 strikeouts, 11 runs on 15 hits, and they got it going early. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 4 crooked numbers to start this game for East Carolina. They jumped them in a big way, got a lot of confidence going, and carried over from the AAC tournament that they won on a 5-game heater.
A 4-hit day for Austin Irby in the 7-hole, including a home run. He drove in 3. And the first name to move to the right in the bracket is East Carolina. They will play in that 1-0 game tomorrow night against the winner of tonight's matchup between Coastal Carolina and Fairfield, a game that is scheduled for 6 o'clock Eastern time. Elimination game tomorrow. Florida will meet the loser of tonight's game between the Shants and the Stags. That one is at noon Eastern tomorrow. East Carolina gets the win in game 1 of the Conway Regional. For our entire ESPN team and my partner Todd Walker, I'm Richard Cross. Our final score 11-6, East Carolina over Florida. It's time for us to send you to Squeeze Play.